What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is a very special book club time, but not book club show, to remind you that book club will never be on this channel again.
Yeah. Go over to Nerdy Wordy Book Club channel. Get over there.
We're doing a whole live right now to remind you that starting on Monday, book club will not be here. It's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah. So go make sure you're there.
We're reading this book. It's called Fourth Wing.
I read it.
You read it. I'm reading it. I'm only 3 chapters in, so no spoilers.
It's a big book. It did not seem that large.
The text is big and...
The text isn't that big, but it's pretty spaced out.
Yeah. We're going to be doing book club on Monday, and then we're back to the Cosmere on Friday with Dawn Shard. We got a lot of reading to do.
Hell yeah.
We have to read all of Dawn Shard.
Yeah. Isn't it like a novella?
I don't know, chat.
Great. We'll find out. Do we have reactions to it?
Mods? Are we doing any audiobook reactions for Dawn Shard? We don't know yet.
We'll find out. Snowwolf, thank you for using your Prime over on Twitch.
Hell yes. Just a reminder, you can use your Prime to give us money for free.
Yeah, free money.
Or anybody else that you love on Twitch. If you are using Amazon Prime and you are not using that...
free Prime sub.
That's
just wasted money.
Well, you're just giving it to Jeff Bezos. And Does he need more money?
He actually doesn't own Amazon anymore. Thought he sold it.
No, he's not the CEO of Amazon anymore.
Oh, right, that's it. So
he also he didn't own Amazon. He owns a shit ton of shares in Amazon. It's complicated.
Great. Love it. Oh, you love Fourth Wing, Fabu. Great. This is definitely going to be the book club for you on Monday.
Okay, Fabu's in. Thank you to everyone watching on Twitch and on YouTube here as we do our Japan AMA. Ask us, we're going to tell some stories about Japan. Clarus is going to cough, and we're going to get into it. I'm wearing my Gamorrean Sumo shirt from Star Wars Celebration. We're going to tell some stories from Star Wars Celebration. I think it's going to be a fun time. Any questions you want to ask, drop them in the chat. They don't have to be about Japan.
We're just hanging today.
And we have some big announcements.
Ooh.
That we'll probably do in a couple of minutes here. Near the beginning of the stream.
We'll get to that. Blue, thank you for subscribing over on Twitch.
That's 20 months on Twitch. Holy shit. 20 months.
So many months.
Kenny Telgi says, even Clarus can be big in Japan. That's true. You were a medium.
Yeah. Guys, I buy an extra small in North America.
Yeah.
And I am a medium or a large in Japan.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Except at Star Wars Celebration, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We're going to do a whole segment of things Star Wars Celebration can do better next time.
Yeah, we have notes. So whoever is watching from Star Wars Celebration, because there's got to be somebody, right?
We thought about making a video right away, but honestly the hype was high and we were so excited about Andor that we were like, you know what? We can be constructively criticizing later.
Yeah.
So we'll do some of that today. Craig Robinson checking in from Essex.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Essex?
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much, Craig. Brian, hello. Jules says we're the best couple ever.
Fuck yeah. Don't know how we earned that, but I'll take it.
I don't think it's true, but I'm trying to think of what's the best couple ever.
It's on the internet, so it is true.
I know, but like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to beat them as a couple.
Sure.
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are so hot.
Two people that I really don't
They've been married for so long. Their relationship is so cute.
Sure.
You don't know who Kurt Russell or Goldie Hawn are? You know Kurt Russell because you saw him as Ego, the living planet, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're two wildly famous people, so naturally Clarus has no idea who they are.
I've heard the name Goldie Hawn before, but I don't know. I can't put a face to it.
That's crazy to me. They might be the best couple.
But we're a close second.
Yeah. Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman, Zan with a Plan over on Twitch says, yep.
That's a decent contender.
Megan Mullally, yeah.
I was
James
also
Ross.
Say, Keanu Reeves seems very happy.
Keanu Reeves and
I don't
his
know
wife.
his wife's name because she doesn't. She's
They're
not
very
like
public.
A famous person, is she?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
We probably are.
I don't know. Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor. Yeah, I don't know those. But sounds nice. Fabu gives us a 6.9 out of 10. So, honestly, I'll take it.
U.S. Agent from Thunderbolts.
Uh-huh.
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah.
His dad is Kurt Russell, and his mom is Goldie Hawn.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a Nepo baby.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Love that.
Honestly,
at least he's a
a
talented
lot
Nepo
of
baby.
a lot of the cast of that movie are Nepo babies.
Yeah. That's Hollywood, though.
Yeah,
So
it's true. For the memes, MJ Daniel says, senior in high school, my younger brother and I lived with a family for 2 weeks as part of a student exchange program. Had a great time. In Japan?
in Japan,
MJ Daniel, that's so cool.
damn, that's cool.
Yeah. Calamort says, are either of you interested in playing Expedition 33?
No idea what that is.
More than you could... Is there anything on the stream so far that you have known what it was?
Thunderbolts, yeah. We just watched that. I know what Japan is. Like, I was there.
You're like, I don't know that couple. I don't know this game. I want to play it so bad, Calamort. So my streams of that gameplay will probably start next week at some point.
What is it?
It is like the hottest game right now. It is a RPG made by this French company that people are saying is like maybe game of the year.
Sure.
It takes place in a world where every year a number is revealed by like a painter, and everyone who is that age dies. And so this year that number is 33. And so an expedition is sent out to try and figure out how to stop everyone who's 33 from dying.
How do they die?
No idea. I'm not even 100% sure that I got that right. That's my understanding of what it is, and I could be wrong.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing my best. For a game I haven't played, but I'm very excited to.
A horror game?
No, it's like a turn-based RPG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds fun. Honestly.
Yeah. Louis Pullman played Sentry. Yes, Louis Pullman, obviously a Nepo baby. Mm-hmm. Son of the greatest U.S. president in movie history.
MJ Dano says Yokohama is where the family lived, which is hilarious because we accidentally went there.
That is true.
We were trying to get to Disney, and we fucked up.
Yeah,
That was our only, like, transit fuck-up, though. So, like, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah. And it wasn't even that we went the wrong direction on the train. We got on a train and thought that it went straight to one station and didn't realize that we got on one train too early. And it turned right instead of left at one point. And so we ended up in Yokohama on our way to DisneySea.
Oopsie, it's fine. Do you think we'll get Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom in Fantastic Four as a post-credit scene?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
I think the chances of it not happening is next to zero.
Yeah.
Like,
They are pushing that movie so fucking hard.
Well, I also just think that, like,
I don't know why it's Robert Downey Jr., though, unless I'm, like, missing some multiverse shit.
Yeah, it's multiverse shit because they're trying to set up Secret Wars.
By saying that Iron Man is also Doctor Doom in a different universe?
Yes.
Alright, sure.
Yeah, I 100% think that the RDJ of it all is Secret Wars setup.
So Doctor Doom is Tony Stark?
No, Doctor Doom is Victor Von Doom, the King of Latveria.
Well, see, that doesn't make sense then, because he should be, if it's a, like, multiverse thing, he should be the same person. But he went down a different path, right? Isn't that the point of the multiverse? Is it's a human who had a different life?
Yes.
Cool.
But, no. Brian Bell says, Nerdy, do you disagree with Bill Pullman playing the best U.S. president in Independence Day? It's not that I disagree. I read your comment again and saw movies. And I think that I agree with you. I think that Michael Sheen is the best U.S. president on film because West Wing is the best.
Gotcha. But that's not a movie.
But it's a television show.
So.
And so I do think the only person who can beat Bill Pullman as U.S. president on film is Michael Sheen. Okay. But you did say movie, and so I do have to agree with you. Yes. Okay. Is that controversial?
I don't know. I haven't seen West Wing.
Oh my god, we need to watch West Wing. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only heard good things. Snowwolfa is asking, how was Disney?
Do you want to get into the Japan conversation of it all? Do you want to go straight into it?
Sure. I mean...
All right, y'all. Monday, Book Club, Fourth Wing, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on the Nerdy Wordy Book Club YouTube channel. Not here.
Go subscribe. Okay? Go subscribe and become a member if you're feeling frisky, because it's $3.
Yeah.
And we could use that $3.
Faboom says, I want to see Charlie Sheen play the president now.
No.
I'm down. I would 100% watch that movie.
Nope.
Someone said there's no live tab on the Nerdy Wordy Book Club channel. That's only because we've never gone live over there.
Yes, we've never gone live. We've only ever gone live here on Nerdy Nightly.
Monday will be the first live on that channel.
Yes.
And so get fucking ready.
We'll probably schedule that like a day or two in advance to try and like share it on the channel and remind people that that's what's going to be. We try not to schedule lives too far in advance because it just sits in your tab and like people get annoyed by that for some reason. But this time around, because it's the first one, we might have it there for a minute.
Erudite Gaming says, very unrelated question. Do you have any personal favorite subclasses among the ones that got added to Baldur's Gate 3 recently?
Haven't played yet.
What were the ones that were added recently?
I haven't played. It was like 11 different subclasses or something like that?
I think it's 13 because I think there's one for each class.
Right.
I
need to get back to playing Baldur's Gate.
EG3.
Once my new stream setup is set up, I will be coming back to streaming kind of semi-regularly just because summer is con season and we are traveling a decent amount. But...
All right, so here are the new subclasses they added.
Okay.
Just let me know if any of these stand out. Giant Barbarian.
Okay.
College of Glamour Bard.
Broken.
Is it?
I mean, you thought your Bard run was easy?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because you can talk your way through so many of the fights, you're right. Death Domain Cleric. I love Death Domain Cleric.
Love that.
I'm a big fan of that. Circle of Stars Druid. Bullshit.
No, I honestly stoked to play that one. It is also very overpowered, at least in D&D, but stoked to fucking play that. Holy shit.
I had to deal with Goblin playing that in Roleplay Relay 1, and it's bullshit. Arcane Archer Fighter.
I've played that before. It's very fun.
I haven't, but honestly, I think for Baldur's Gate 3, that is a fun change.
Yeah, and you also hate Ranger in D&D.
I think Ranger's bullshit.
No, so Arcane Archer Fighter is like the better version, in my opinion.
Yeah. Way of the Drunken Master Monk.
Fun, yeah.
Okay. I always find the Way of the Drunken Master to be a little...
Roleplay-wise, it can be a bit tough.
Yeah.
But mechanics-wise, very fun. So Baldur's Gate is kind of the better way to play that class, I think, as opposed to D&D.
Okay. Oath of the Crown Paladin. There's not... I feel like what's fun about Oath of the Crown is when your game can interact with royalty in some way. Mm-hmm. Because of the plot of Baldur's Gate 3, I'm just not really sure what that adds.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Have to tweak it a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Oath of the Crown gets you into, but whatever. Swarmkeeper Ranger. Rangers are bullshit. Swashbuckler Rogue. That could be fun.
Fun. Yeah, vibes are fun.
Shadow Magic Sorcerer.
Don't know much about that class at all.
We're getting into the three that I think are the most exciting. Shadow Magic Sorcerer, I think, is a really fun addition for this game. Hexblade Warlock should have been in the original game. It's bullshit that it wasn't. Why wasn't Will a Hexblade Warlock?
Should have been that was a long time coming for
You know what I mean? Like, Will not being a Hexblade Warlock was weird. And then Blade Singing Wizard.
Very fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for, like, half of these. There's some that I'm not I don't think I would play. But...
I think if I had to pick like the top 3 that I would play first, it'd be Death Domain Cleric, Circle of Stars Druid, and Blade Singing Wizard. Yeah. My
number 1 is Hexblade Warlock because I love Warlocks.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. And then after that, I would go probably Shadow Magic Sorcerer, Death Domain Cleric. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? We should do a deep dive on these in our new podcast.
Oh, are we making announcements now?
I mean, it's 15 minutes in.
All right.
It seems appropriate.
Folks who showed up only for the announcements, you didn't have to wait too long. It's announcement time.
Yeah, we'll probably re-announce it at the end because people bop in and out, but...
Yeah, and there'll be a more formal announcement with, like, the logo and stuff later. But, Clarus, you just said podcast.
I did
What are you talking about?
Podcast. So, we've had this idea for, like, 6 months now, at least.
Yeah, at least.
Where we want to launch a brand new podcast. Mm-hmm. It is called Okay, But Why Though? And this...
Okay, but why though?
But why though? This podcast is going to be kind of a pop culture and nerd podcast. Because we wanted a space where we could talk about things that were not specific to the thing we're making a video about. We talk at the beginning of book club for like 20, maybe 30 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
And we do get a lot of questions about pop culture stuff, about things that have just dropped, those kind of things.
About relationships,
either on our posts, on our videos, in our lives, those kind of thing. And so we wanted a place to address those things and talk about them. And so we decided podcast format, or a video podcast, I guess, because it's also going to be on YouTube. It was going to be the best way to go about that. So if you like us as people for some reason, and you want to know our opinions on things, that's going to be the place that we're going to collect those opinions, because they will be elsewhere online, I'm sure, with live streaming and such. But that's where they're all going to be in one spot for you to find.
Yeah, and I think that with the move of Nerdy Wordy Book Club to its own channel, we are going to be kind of removing some of that opening prologue part of the book club.
Yeah.
Because that channel is going to be mostly about the books.
It's going to be like,
and
okay,
we're going
talk about the book.
to take some of the stuff that we want to talk about at the beginning of that and put that into the podcast. Blue, this will be weekly. It will show up in your feeds. We're hoping every Monday morning, I think is the plan right now.
Yeah, also, Kevin, we like you as people too. Hi.
And we're going
to see you.
Not just do pop culture, we're also going to talk about some topical stuff. Febamu says Claris makes up the news would be fun. So maybe we'll do some Claris makes up the news segments.
Bring that back.
I mean, maybe we should. I feel like you've gotten more confident as a role player, as an improver since the last time we did it.
Yeah, but does that make it better or worse?
Considering there were times where it would literally take you over a minute to talk during that segment, I think it will be just inherently better.
Fair.
Because it won't just be silence.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, James Ross.
Maybe we'll have a segment where you bring somebody to the table and you're like, do you know this person? And I will probably say no. And then we talk about that person for 5 minutes.
Oh, and then I introduce you to a celebrity you should know.
Yeah, I get like an education.
Every week I introduce a new celebrity. That's funny.
Yeah. Also, if you like D&D content, I'm just going to shout out Dice Cream Sandwich in the chat. Go check out their stuff. They're
What's up?
Good human.
Yeah, Dice Cream's pretty great. Okay, boy, though, it's going to be very fun. We're hoping to drop this in June. And it's going to not be live, Brian Bell. So this will be a pre-recorded podcast, and we are going to have places for people to submit questions.
Yeah. Patreon's probably going to be the easiest place for that. Like we said,
Discord will be the easiest place for that.
Yes, but in all transparency, to help monetize that show a little bit, we do want to offer like perks for people. So questions in places like Patreon and stuff will be prioritized. That doesn't mean that we won't have a channel for it in the Discord as well.
Okay. Yeah.
To elaborate on stuff like that. But there are people who are long-time supporters of us and of the channel, and I want to give them kind of like first dibs in terms of answering questions and broaching topics.
You heard it here first. Patrons, you get first dibs.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And James Ross says the ADHD wishy-washy nature book club is why we joined. I hear that, and I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of tangents on that show.
That's not going away, I promise.
I just think we're going to get into it a little bit. I think that one of the things that's going to help book club is we're going to get into book club a little bit faster moving forward. I think book club is going to change a little bit as we attempt to turn that show into something that
is more of a show.
Yeah, that will still be live.
Yeah, and want to know how long a podcast episode is going to be.
Probably 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes is the goal. We're going to keep it... we don't want it to be too long because we want to drop this weekly.
It's going to be 2 hours.
No, it's not. No, we want to drop this weekly, and so we are going to have to put limits on ourselves.
No, I'm saying that we're going to sit... Every week we're going to sit down and record with the goal of 45 minutes in mind, and then 2 hours is going to pass.
So it's going to be 2 episodes then. There you go.
That's not how that's going to work. And I already know us. It's going to be great.
It depends on the topic, for sure. But right now, the aim is for 45 minutes per week.
Graphic novel omnibus show. Ooh. Clarus, what's an omnibus?
Is that like a syllabus?
What?
I don't know.
Come on. Omnibus. Okay, you now know what a syllabus is.
I now know. I mean...
What is a syllabus?
It's like a collection of things that are relevant to a topic. Right?
Is that a syllabus?
I don't know. I don't think that's an incorrect definition.
I thought a syllabus was like a list of things you're going to read during a class.
Oh, then I don't know what a syllabus is, because that's not...
Okay.
I thought a syllabus was like almost like a... Apparently neither of us know what it is, because you don't seem confident either.
Syllabus. I don't even know how to spell it.
It's a Y.
Syllabus. A document that communicates information about an academic course or class and defines expectations and responsibilities.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of wrong.
An omnibus is basically like when you take like 10 issues of a comic. Okay. No, it'd be like more than 10. It's probably like 100 issues of a comic, and you put them in one book. That's an omnibus.
Oh.
So you have like the... So
it's actually closer with my syllabus definition.
Comics. You were closer with your syllabus definition to what an omnibus is.
All right.
Basically, like, you have like a collection of comics, and it becomes a graphic novel, which is like one arc, and then like 4 arcs is an omnibus. Mm-hmm. How many arcs doesn't really matter, but...
Yeah. Blue says, if it's not live, you won't have chat egging on bad opinions just for argument's sake. So 45 minutes is very possible.
That's true.
That is the idea, yes.
Yeah. The best omnibuses... Fuck, my first example I can't say because he's a monster. Best omnibuses. You know what's a really good omnibus? The Walking Dead has great omnibuses.
Okay.
That's how I originally got into it when I got the first omnibus when it first dropped, and then I got into the comic after that. But yeah, Okay Boy though, it's coming. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be not on this set, but on a new set that we're building. New
set. I think the goal is to launch it for June or July.
June.
June is the goal. Depending on how like our audit goes, who knows?
Shut up.
But yeah, that is the announcement. Yay, new podcast, more content.
All right, time for announcement number 2. Clarence, this one has nothing to do with you.
Oh.
Nakama. We are coming up to the end of the Sabaody archipelago arc. We've watched over 400 episodes of One Piece. Clarence has seen one of them.
I have seen one of them.
Way to go.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that drops on Monday. And it is time for a change. I'm not sure how I can communicate this to you. It's been a lot of One Piece. I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I will only say this. Starting with Amazon Lily, the arc directly after Sabaody Archipelago, the schedule for One Piece is going to change. Just for my mental health. Yeah. And we will no longer be doing Mondays and Thursdays. We will be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So for my mental health, we're going to get through the show a little bit faster. So I don't have to wait as long to find out what the hell happened after that last thing that happened. And so that's right. We're going to 6 episodes a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. More One Piece. Not for you, for me, because I feel like I'm going too slow and I want to know what happens. Okay, I'm a little bit obsessed. And
they're
so
just like, more work for myself.
It's watching television. I'll survive.
We're trying to slow down and I'm adding more work.
I mean, we've slowed down reactions in so many other places that it's not that bad. Once Andor is done and we're not doing 3 episodes a week, it's going to be a lot easier.
Sure. You say so.
Yeah. So, Nerdy Daily, changing the schedule. Still doing Mob Psycho every Tuesday until it's done. And One Piece we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Starting like in 2 weeks. Whatever the YouTube date for... I think it's episode 408 will be. That'll be the Monday that starts the new schedule. So go join that channel and be a member there. It's only $3.
Yeah, go give us $3 in multiple different places.
You really give us like $2.50, but
right. Because they get a cut. Yeah, but no, I don't think you got spoiled for anything on One Piece while we were in Japan. It wasn't really.
I have seen some outfits. So like, if you consider like clothing that they will wear in the future a spoiler, I did kind of get spoiled on that.
Yeah.
I just saw some art, and not even like not even like in like stores, like literally just like giant murals and things, right? Like there's so much One Piece art in Japan that's unavoidable. But I don't know. Sure. I don't really think seeing future clothing outfits is that much of a spoiler. So
yeah. DJ, thank you for saying hi at Star Wars Celebration, by the way. It was great to meet you as well.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
New Zealand trip is definitely a high priority.
New Zealand 2026.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It won't happen this year, but 2026, I think.
Yeah, no, there's no way it's happening this year. But one day.
Airdeck Gaming says, this is what a month in Japan does to a brain. Let's up the One Piece intake. Yes.
Yeah.
Questionable Humor says, my question is love when you find the lowest common denominator and add the numerators? Yeah. 100%. That's marriage. That is marriage.
I don't know.
James Ross wants to know when Cowboy Bebop starts back up.
Soon. I haven't had a voice to record any episodes the last couple days, and we've had a lot of live streams planned, so I've had to kind of save it for that. So honestly, I might just like watch it all and then start dropping it in June. You know what I mean?
That's
just
fair.
like get it all done. And so that I watch them all so closer together, and then make sure that there's no breaks again, because now I've had 2 kind of large breaks because we just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
But I promised I would finish Cowboy Bebop, and that is absolutely going to happen.
Blue says, when is Nerdy going to start watching good anime again? Fuck you.
You don't like Mob Psycho?
Look, if you don't like One Piece, I get it, but Mob Psycho is fucking brilliant. That show is so fucking good. Like, Mob Psycho isn't just like good anime. Mob Psycho is good art. It's just straight up good art. It's so brilliant. The characters are so well done. Blue, I will fight you on this. Mob Psycho is a brilliant show. It's so well written. I fucking love it. Have you heard of Loser Ranger? I barely have heard of it, and I do want to check it out.
I don't know what that is. Is that an anime?
It's like it's like a Pokemon, or not a Pokemon, a Power Ranger.
Oh, I was like, what?
Like parody.
Yeah. Spooky Guy wants to know if we're planning on Star Wars Celebration 2027. Hell yeah. We will be there.
Of course. It's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We're absolutely going to be there. We might even vlog this time. Because we're really bad at that.
No, we're going to definitely be there. That'll be my 5th celebration in a row, which is very exciting to me. Mm-hmm. My 5 times club. No, very excited for 2027. I think that Los Angeles is going to be a really interesting location for it.
Yeah, I hate the location of that convention center, but...
I know, but I do love that convention center.
I just hate staying downtown.
I know. I wish it was good. I wish it was going to be in Anaheim. Yeah. The Anaheim
just has a great convention center and area around it, but whatever.
Well, you can go to downtown Disney for dinner and like no, I'm a big fan of of the Star Wars Celebration. It's such a good con. Like it's a con that brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
Even though we are going to criticize the Japanese con that we just went to. In a bit, we're going to talk about that.
We'll get to that.
But I can't wait for 2027. James Ross
we'll
says,
do a meetup for sure this time.
Yes.
We were bad at planning one last time.
I also kind of like want to start a new podcast where I cover the entire High Republic, and do like a High Republic book club. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. It's something that I've been like noodling with for like literally years.
Yeah.
And I've almost started like 4 times, and I don't know.
Yeah, you wanted someone to do it with.
I already have someone to do it with. I just haven't had time to do it.
All right.
And so...
Yeah, because we don't have time.
Yeah.
So we should stop adding more things.
Shafty213 over on Twitch says, hey guys, new follower here. Love your One Piece reactions.
Wow.
Thank you. I've been harassed for years now by my cousin to watch Mob Psycho, but didn't get to it yet. Ha ha ha. Get to it. It's only 37 episodes, I think. It's so good. I'm only halfway through. Season 2, so literally halfway through the show. It is so damn good. I literally can't recommend it more. It's fantastic television. Mm-hmm. It's so emotionally driven. The characters are so strong. Like, I just think it is so smart and well done, and I love it. I love the art. I love everything about it. I'm a big fan.
Well, there you go.
Dice Cream says, Fast Pitch, Power Rangers are evil and the putties are starting a rebellion. I'm in.
Great.
Reactions coming soon.
All right. There you go.
Amboss has like actual book club or just talking and philosophizing about Star Wars lore? No, Amboss, I want to do a book club on all of the High Republic books and comics.
It would probably be a nerdy wordy book club thing.
It would be on the other channel, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We wouldn't separate it. It's book content.
No, it would be. It's like I want to call it the High Republic Book Club. And yeah, I want to do that podcast. I just haven't had time. And it would like end. Like we would do all of the High Republic books and then that podcast would be over.
Yeah.
I would finally start a show that has an end date. And I like that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Spook Guy says, I've only watched One Piece live action. Looking forward to season 2. Watch the anime. Speaking of anime, let's talk about Japan. On April 7th, 2025, Clarissa and I boarded a plane.
For 13 hours.
For the longest flight of Clarissa's life.
Yeah.
A flight I've previously done before to the glorious country of Nihon. Clarisse, let's start with flying for 13 hours. What did you think about that 13-hour flight experience?
Definitely don't recommend the 13-hour flight. Like, that kind of sucks, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I tried to nap.
You napped?
Yeah, I did. No, I did.
You snored for a while.
I brought Civilization 5. That always helps pass the time.
Yeah.
I never get past, like, the fucking atomic era. I just, like... I'm like, this game was fun. Let's start a new one. It's a problem. Yeah, flight was...
It's not a problem. It's joy.
Flight was fine. We flew Air Canada, which was a mistake. Next time, we're just going to do a Japanese airline.
Or first class. Or we're going to be rich.
Sure, yeah. Sure. But I also struggled because I was like, oh, shit, I can't eat this food.
Yeah, the plane food was a problem for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I did what I always do when I fly, which is I plugged into the movies. So this is going to be Nerdy quickly reviews every movie he watched on the flight.
Hilarious.
There was a period I was going to make... Okay, chat, this is a true story. I wanted to make a review of all the movies I watched on the plane. We were about a week after the flight, and I was like, oh, I'll do like a review video of the 4 movies I watched on the plane. And then I was sitting there in our hotel room, and I was like, okay, so I watched Meg 2, The Trench, and I watched most of Better Man at the end of the flight. And I couldn't think of what the other 2 movies were. And I spent 3 weeks in Japan trying to figure out what fucking movies I watched on the plane.
Yeah. They were that good.
I watched Speed, a movie I'd never seen. And then when I got back on the plane with the knowledge of 3 movies. I'd figured out Speed at one point.
Yeah.
And I got back on the plane back to Canada. 26 days after I landed in Japan. And I was clicking through all of the options. Literally, we sat down on the plane, and the first thing I did is I opened the screen, and I started clicking through every movie to try and figure out what movie I had seen previously. And it was Beetlejuice.
Very memorable.
Threk says you couldn't remember Speed. Look, Threk, I was on a 13-hour flight to Japan. When I landed, once I remembered that I'd seen Speed, it completely unlocked.
Well, and we also have to mention that we landed in Japan, after 13 hours. Then we spent like 90 minutes in customs to then run to a flight to Osaka to then stay at a hotel over there. So it wasn't just 13 hours. It was we landed at 2 a.m. our time.
Yeah. And then we're in customs for 2 hours.
Yeah. So we literally kind of pulled an all-nighter and then went to bed, which just so happened to be 9 or 10 p.m. in Japan time. So we kind of skipped the jet lag going there, which was great, actually. That was fantastic. I'm so glad we did that. Because, we went to Osaka first before we even spent any time in Tokyo.
So I will now review these movies. Yes, guys, we'll talk about Speed in a second. I will review these movies in order of my enjoyment of them.
Oh, I have not seen Speed, but a movie I've seen that Nerdy hasn't is the Dungeons & Dragons 2000s movie, which we are going to watch and react to on the channels.
Yeah, we have to for charity. In last place, unfortunately, and it is unfortunate. I hate doing this, but it's Beetlejuice. It was fun. It was. The plot takes so long to get going, and then it wraps up so fast. And it was fun to get back in that world. Honestly, my favorite part of it was, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Fucking Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is...
Willem Dafoe!
his character is so fun, and I loved that part of the movie because it's just a gag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Beetlejuice was honestly a good plane movie, which isn't the best compliment I can give it. In third place, this is tough. Second and third place for me is really, really hard. Because the Meg 2 is going to be in third place. That's not to say that I didn't love the Meg 2. I did love the Meg 2, The Trench. I love the Meg 1. I love every movie where Jason Statham is doing dumb action shit. I love The Beekeeper. I love Jason Statham. And so I'm not going to lie. Meg 2, The Trench, great movie. Really, really, really loved it. Should have seen it in theaters. Was too good to watch on a plane. Second place. The options left are Speed, Better Man.
Yeah, the mods are upset. Just so
I know. We'll get to it.
You pissed them off.
We'll get to it. Okay, guys? We'll get to it. Calm down. Because it's not Speed. In second place is Better Man. Look, when I heard that they were making this biopic movie, but he was going to be a monkey, I don't know, man. I thought it was weird. They spent way too much money on it. If it weren't for the amount of money it needed to make the monkey thing, this movie probably would have done really well. It's really good. Like, it's so creative. The reason why the monkey thing actually does work is because it so visually represents his depression, and the crowd scenes with the monkeys or apes really represents him and his mindset so well. The scene at the big concert scene near the end of the movie is so incredibly filmed. Like, it's just such an incredible scene. I couldn't believe it. It is a very, very good movie that would have done better if anyone in North America knew who the fuck he was. I know who he is because I sing his music in auditions a lot.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
One of my like go-to audition like pop songs was his song Angels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving angels instead, and through it all. I do that all the time on audition. So when it came up in the movie, it comes up very sad. I was crying on the plane. Better Man, very good. I did have to watch it over 2 flights. So I did watch the first half at the end of one flight and the second half at the beginning of another a month later. I think it's a very good movie. If you haven't checked out Better Man, highly recommend it. It's cool. Finally, first place of the first flight movie sweepstakes. I understand why the mods are upset. Okay? They're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I have always heard of Speed as this movie where Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock are on a bus, and if that bus slows down, it's going to blow up. And I was like, I'm sure that's a good movie.
Yeah. I
like Keanu Reeves. I like Sandra Bullock. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of everyone involved in this. Oh, I'm a fan of fucking his cop partner friend from the fucking newsroom. I can't pull his name right now. Who's the guy from the newsroom that's in Speed? Anyway, someone in chat will drop it. I did not realize that it is like one of the best movies ever made. Jeff Daniels, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Speed is a perfect Hollywood film. Like, it is tense, it is exciting, it is about people and humanity and the fucking friend from Ferris Bueller has this very funny, quirky little part in it. I always heard, like, oh yeah, Speed's a good movie. It's not a good movie. It is, like, one of the, like, tightest scripts. It has genuinely shocking twists you don't see coming. Like, it would
have been a great reaction.
It would have been a great reaction.
Damn it.
And I just didn't know. Like, I didn't realize Speed was, like, an all-timer.
We should have an ongoing list in the Discord where the mods are like, you're not allowed to watch these movies.
Yeah.
Because one day you'll want to react to them.
I was watching it, like, I had just finished Beetlejuice. And I was like, so like, oh God, do I
that
want...
sucks.
It didn't suck. It was just fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I didn't think that it brought anything new other than Willem Dafoe's kind of comedy bit. I didn't feel like it really did much new for the franchise. I don't know. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie. And so I was like, I guess I'll just watch Speed. This will be like an easy blockbuster. I was like, oh, this will be kind of like whatever. It's so damn good. Like, it is one of the best scripts ever. It's tight, man.
Yeah.
It works on every level, and I don't know. I was genuinely shocked at how good that movie was.
All right.
It's an all-timer. I get why people still talk about it, and I do wish that we'd reacted to it. Because I just always thought it was one of those like, oh yeah, it's like a really fun Keanu movie, and it is so much deeper than that, and it was such a nice reminder of like the kinds of movies I loved as a kid, and yeah, I can't believe I haven't seen it before. It was crazy. It was so good.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you liked it, even though it took you like 2 weeks to remember it.
Yeah, fuck, man. That jet lag.
It was a long flight, okay?
That jet lag fucked me up.
Yeah, that one was a very long flight. That is not our fault.
All right. Moving on to Japan. We landed, went through customs, barely got through customs, ran to Terminal 1 at Haneda so that we could get on a flight to Osaka. Somewhere between customs and Terminal 1, I did manage to misplace my One Piece hat from Atsuko and my $150 headphones.
I know. I don't even know how it happened either.
We literally no fucking clue. How did I lose my headphones and hat? We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they were stolen. Before anyone was like, someone stole it. No, it's Japan. I don't think they were stolen.
No.
I misplaced them.
They just like got set down and not picked back up for some reason. Like maybe we need to take a photo or something for customs. I don't even know, but yeah.
Before we get too upset about the headphones, because I know the One Piece hat is sad, but the headphones, technically expensive. However, I did get them as part of a White Elephant gift exchange.
Yeah.
In which my Aunt Quinn...
didn't understand.
No. She did understand. She didn't want them. And they'd been given to her as a gift. So she put them in the White Elephant.
I'm going to put a gift 3 times what we're supposed to spend.
3 times? The limit on our White Elephant is $25.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay.
It was 6 times. She put $150 headphones in a $25 White Elephant gift exchange, and I got those headphones. And so they belong to Japan now, and that's sad. But then we flew to Osaka. Clarus, they were in Japan, though. Did you check the lost count? No, James.
We flew to Osaka.
We were running. We literally got out of customs just in time to run to our flight to Osaka. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
It was, yeah. Yeah, we had to go to a different terminal and everything, so yeah, it was very sad.
And then Clarus... okay, this is actually funny. When we went through customs, we went through a door in customs. My thing scanned green, and hers didn't scan. And then the guy just waved us through. Yeah. And so we thought things were fine.
Yeah. Then when we tried to come back, they literally, like, took me away. The guy was, like, holding my passport, and they made me just fill out this form.
We were trying to get into, like, the international at Haneda, and Clarisse literally couldn't get through. And so I went through first, and so I was on the other side. I couldn't, like, go back to her. Yeah. And then the next thing I see is she's getting walked across the fucking customs area by a security guard.
Yeah, the guy literally, like, took my passport. He's like, sorry.
I genuinely was like, oh shit, my wife's getting arrested in Japan.
I was like, what's going on? And he's like, sorry. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, you have no idea. So they literally walked me over to a table where I had to fill out a piece of paper that said where I stay. It's like, list your hotel in Japan. And I was like, I stayed at like 6 different hotels. And he's like, first one or last one. And I'm like, okay.
But was specifically an arrival form.
Yeah, the form said arrivals on it, so I was very confused, and I filled it out, I gave it to them, then they gave me my passport back, and I walked through. So
when whatever we did when we landed in Japan, we didn't
work properly.
Check you into the country properly.
Yeah. So I was not actually in the country.
You were illegally in Japan.
Yeah. Must have been.
I'm just so glad you didn't get deported. That would have been rough.
That would have really sucked. Because I really like Japan. I would like to go back. So I'm glad I'm not, like, barred from the country or something. But yeah, I was like so confused.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman who like sent me off with this guy didn't say a word to me. She was just like, and I was like, sorry, what's going on? She was like, I was like, what is happening right now? I was genuinely scared for like 5 minutes.
And so I was like, well, there's nothing I can do. So I went shopping and I went to Louis Vuitton and looked at very expensive shoes that I'll never afford.
Yeah. You're like, damn, those are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Anyways, we got to Osaka and slept through the night, and it was great, honestly. Our hotel in Osaka was real cute.
It was. Yeah. Osaka, guys, Osaka, crazy city.
Yeah,
really like Osaka.
Yeah, it's fun. It's hustling, bustling.
We tried to see Wicked because it was playing there in Japanese, and I wanted to see it so bad, but the entire run was sold out.
It was sold out for the whole thing. It was very sad.
Apparently, the Wicked movie has caused Wicked fever in Japan.
Yeah.
If you go to like 7-Eleven, you can buy like weird 7-Eleven Wicked toys and shit.
Yeah.
There's the 7-Eleven guys was selling Wicked pillows.
Yeah, it was wild. Our hotel did get extra security halfway through our stay.
That's right.
They placed 3 cops at each entrance, which checked every single vehicle that came to the hotel. And
they knew that we were there. We were very important.
They started flying a Japanese flag outside of it. And we're like, oh, there's somebody that's like important here.
I think the Prime Minister
was staying in Osaka?
Because the Sunday was the first day of Expo.
Right.
So because the Osaka Expo is taking place right now, I think that they installed all the security because the Prime Minister was doing the
like a launch or something.
Opening ceremonies or whatever.
Sure, yeah. We did not go to Expo, thank God, because it looks like it was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
We got to try okonomiyaki. I don't think you had it before, right?
I had it, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you'd had it.
No, my okonomiyaki story.
Oh, right. Well, just because you were in an okonomiyaki place doesn't mean you had it. It sounded like you were just drinking.
I had a lot of okonomiyaki.
I tried okonomiyaki. I didn't love it. It was pretty good.
You know what? We had okonomiyaki again in Hiroshima.
Yeah, and you liked it better.
With the noodles. The Hiroshima okonomiyaki, banging.
Yeah.
That shit's really good.
Yeah.
There's an okonomiyaki place at Yonge and Bloor.
Oh, fun. I mean, yeah, Toronto is very diverse like that. That doesn't actually surprise me. Yeah, I didn't love it. I would try it again with the noodles.
Yeah.
But it was decent. I don't know. It was also like our first couple days there, so I might have just been feeling a little blah, blah, blah. But God, we ate so much food in Japan. We would be like, that looks good, and we would just eat it. Like
Amboss says, hotel breakfast or did you go out for breakfast? It depended on the hotel. That first hotel, the breakfast was like $69 a person. So we did that one time.
Once. It was like basically a strawberry.
We still need to edit that video together.
I know. It was basically a strawberry buffet.
Yeah.
So they had like a buffet with all the like food stuff, and then they had a table that was just like strawberry themed desserts, and it was incredible. So
instead, we mostly went to the 7-Eleven that was in our hotel. In the basement mall, we stayed in this giant hotel called the Riga. It's huge. It's like a fucking city. And it had its own 7-Eleven in the basement. Yeah. And so we mostly ate 7-Eleven. It was pretty great.
My breakfast started to become like the soft-boiled eggs from 7-Eleven.
And good jelly drinks.
And a jelly drink, yeah. And maybe onigiri as well. Yeah, fucking delicious. Holy shit.
And I had egg salad sandwiches.
I'm so sad that 7-Eleven food is not the same here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to be able to just pop into 7-Eleven, get a really good fucking meal and incredible snacks, like, I'm so sad. One of my favorite things that I got from the 7-Eleven was the chocolate-covered puffed wheat, which maybe I'll be able to find in North America. That's not, like, a super uncommon thing. But I was like, oh, shit, this is my favorite snack ever. And I bought, like, 18 bags.
Febmu says Japan takes immense pride in their strawberries. Yeah. From a good grower, you can pay literal hundreds of dollars for a single strawberry. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we saw the.
We had some expensive ass strawberries while we were there.
We didn't have like the super expensive ones though.
We didn't do the white ones, no.
No, I just mean like I think the most we paid was like $20 for a little carton. So it wasn't anything crazy.
That's pretty expensive.
But I mean, some of them were like $80.
Oh yeah.
You know, for a little carton. So like we tried like the like pretty good ones, but they also have the like candy covered ones, the like, you know, strawberry and chocolate.
We had so many. Oh my god! Everywhere in Japan right now, there's stalls where it's like you sugar dipped strawberries that are on a stick, and they're just like hardened sugar on them.
Like a
we
candy
had
apple.
That constantly, constantly.
Yeah.
Charity Heart is over. I need to fix all of our chatbots. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Japanese 7-Eleven has a crazy limited merch game. The merch at 7-Elevens is so wild though, because like, in America, like all the 7-Elevens will have the same thing. Like they'll have that current campaign. But in Japan, you'll go into one 7-Eleven and they'll be like, we are currently selling $300 All Might statues from My Hero Academia. And you'll go to like the one across the street and they're like, we're currently selling these NL statues from One Piece. And then the next one over is like, this is the 7-Eleven where you can buy the Blue Lock merch. And I'm like, why is it so random?
I don't know.
Why is there no consistency?
Yeah. It's wild. I also had the best chicken nuggets of my fucking life from God. Lawson. Holy shit.
Well, and it is crazy that, like, fast food in Japan is so much better. Like 7-Eleven chicken nuggets, to me, are better than most fast food chicken nuggets in Canada.
Like any that I've ever tried.
And Canada chicken nuggets are so much better than American chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, like the Lawson chicken nuggets basically tasted like what McDonald's chicken nuggets should taste like.
Yes.
Fuck, so good.
Well, and here's the thing. We ate so much food. So much food. We were eating sugar constantly. I lost 6 pounds in Japan.
Yeah, because we were walking so much.
I was like, I'm going to gain like 15 pounds and then I'll work it off when we get home. I actually lost weight while we were there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
And
I was eating
so
constantly.
Much.
I was having noodles. I was having like... And there's something about quality food that really will just fucking... Also, you know, doing 25,000 steps every day.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, the quality of the food is like crazy good there.
James Ross says, I really want to go, but I would need at least 2 weeks minimum. Yes.
Yeah, I highly recommend.
Especially because it takes a couple of days to...
Acclimate.
Yeah. If you really want to see a lot of the country, like, it, you know, you want to give each place a couple of days. We spent like 4 days in Osaka, then a day in Nara, then 3 days in Kyoto.
Yeah.
Then we spent...
we bopped over to Tokyo.
We really fucked up Tokyo the first time.
Yeah, because we were only there for celebration, mostly.
Well, and we got a hotel room in Shibuya, because we thought we were going to spend 3 days in Shibuya, but then our friends were like, well, your second day in Shibuya, let's go to Disney. And so we ended up we did like 1 night in Shibuya, then bopped over to DisneySea.
Yeah. So we did Tokyo DisneySea.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I guess we should talk about, Osaka was fun. Didn't do anything like crazy there, but it was a good time. And
but we got to hang out with Victoria Shaz.
Yes.
Our friend who is now going to be a published author. Her book was just picked up, so everyone get ready for the Iron Hex trilogy.
Hell yeah.
I don't know that we'll cover it on book club.
It was weird because it's like a friend.
But we'll talk about it a lot. Very proud of her.
Probably do an interview like we did with Christopher Paolini.
Yeah, that feels
she's
more...
down. She's honestly delightful. Her first book is coming out next year.
Yeah.
So go check out Victoria Shaz.
She is a crazy lady who was taking meetings about selling her first book while in Japan on her honeymoon. Yeah. So she was like having to get up at weird times so that she could be like online when it was the right time in, you know, New York.
For those meetings, yeah.
Yeah. AM Boss says, do you need cash in Japan or is a credit card enough? We only paid things cash.
Yeah, so unless you have a credit card that doesn't have foreign transaction fees, I'd recommend cash because paying an extra 2.5% on everything is rough.
And if you pull money out of the 7-Eleven ATMs...
It's only like $5.
Yeah, it's
Canadian.
Really cheap. So we would just we would take chunks of cash out.
Yeah.
At 7-Eleven every couple days.
Yeah, and just use cash.
And just use cash the whole time.
Yeah, it was great.
It's also like you're when you're walking around Japan, you want to have coins. There's a lot of stuff that you can like. There's so many vending machines, and now those you can tap. But
so a lot of places that are cash only as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple Pay is really widely used. I prefer using cash, but there's a lot of cash only spots in Japan.
Yeah.
There were a couple of places we went. Our favorite pancake place was card only.
That was the only place I think that was only card though. That was one place in our whole trip.
No, there were a couple of times when we were with people where they paid card and we gave them cash.
Oh, sure. Okay.
We just didn't pay card.
Sure.
So yeah. I definitely recommend getting cash out and using it.
Yeah.
DJ Fadez says, I had a Travelex card that was in Japanese yen, so I was sorted. Yeah, maybe look into Travelex card. That's interesting. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent a day in Nara and we went and fed the deer. They were very aggressive.
God. They're so funny.
They're
so rude.
One of them ate my brand new
took
designer
a bite
bag.
Out of. Claris bought a brand new Tory Burch bag for this trip.
I know.
She'd never worn it before.
Just want a cute little purse. It's really nice.
And it is now a unique bag.
Yeah, it has permanently embedded deer teeth marks in the
handle.
From
Nara, though.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a one-of-a-kind Tory Burch bag. So maybe I'll keep it and sell it in a decade and be like, guys, there is no other purse like this because it has a deer teeth marks in it, and that deer probably dead by now.
Probably. I will say this: if you're gonna go to Nara, do it.
It's so delightful.
Hearing that they bow to you and seeing them bow to you is so different.
Yeah.
It's such a wild experience.
Yeah.
And they're so aggressive.
But also, even just walking around Nara and
it's so
shopping and getting food and stuff there was unreal. I had hot bubble tea. That changed my life. That was so freaking good. Oh my God.
And that Gouda bread from the bakery.
I walked into a bakery and I was like, bread with Gouda. Okay, that sounds good. Bought it. It was like $1.50 Canadian. Went outside, ate it, walked back in, and got another one.
How could you not? It was $1.50.
It was so fucking delicious. Yeah. I lost my mind.
It is crazy how cheap some things are in Japan. Some things are way more expensive.
Yeah.
Weirdly, if you Sony technology, you would think it would be cheaper because it's a Japanese technology company, but it is actually more expensive there than it is here.
No, it's not more expensive. It was more expensive at the airport.
No, we were talking to Paul about how the camera equipment is more expensive there than it is here.
Yeah, some of the camera equipment, that's true.
DJ Fada says, I met Mads Mikkelsen, dope, at Haneda Airport, which was great. Went to Disneyland first time and went to Universal Studios first time too. We didn't get to Universal. Next time. It was my first time overseas alone, so it was great. Japanese food, yum, yes.
Yeah.
James Ross says, my wife is celiac. How many gluten-free options are there? Oh, a lot.
A lot. I mean, they don't really... There is a lot of bread. Here's the thing. I don't know about cross-contamination. That is something that I have no idea how they treat in Japan. But, a lot of their noodles are rice-based. Or they have, soba noodles, which are buckwheat instead of just regular wheat. There's actually a lot. You definitely don't have to eat gluten there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's so much rice. I don't know how easy it would be to be able to ask about celiac. So you're gonna want to choose things that are very safe, but there's so much food there that is not rice based or is not flour based. Obviously, the bakeries don't have as much gluten free bread. That isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Although when I was there in 2017, there was no alternative milk options anywhere.
Yeah.
And now there is oat milk in a lot of coffee shops. Yeah. So if you are lactose intolerant, I found I was able to get a lot of oat milk lattes and stuff, which was really nice.
Yeah. James Ross, there wasn't a lot of American sushi in many of the places we went. So I don't know if you mean American sushi or if you mean Japanese sushi.
No, I think the wheat-based vinegar is used to cure. I think that's part of the cleaning of the fish for sushi, right, James Ross?
Oh, I'm
missing something there.
Light Blind Fool, welcome back to the nerd table. That short of you, the short you put up of y'all breaking up because Claris had bad aim was hilarious.
Thank you, and thank you, Claris, for having bad aim. It's good comedy.
I was like, I'm gonna nail this.
You didn't even get it on the green.
I know.
Right into the sand trap.
It was real bad.
Thank you, Light Blind Fool.
Yeah. It was real bad. Yeah, if that's the case with sushi, you probably won't be able to have sushi, but there's literally so many other things you can have.
Yeah,
you're not going to go hungry.
I honestly, I would look up someone who, there's got to be some kind of celiac guide for Japan or something on YouTube. They're going to know better than us. I don't know. I don't know. But I based on what we ate so much, I would assume there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Because soba noodles, buckwheat doesn't have gluten, right? So, soba noodles you're good for, and honestly, There's
much
a
rice
there's a
and
soba
rice noodles.
place in Harajuku, right by the train, that is on Takenbashi. It's Takenbashi, right?
I think so, yeah.
God, that soba place, we went back like 2 days later. There were a couple places we ate at twice, and that soba noodles place was one of them because it was so good. They had these green tea soba noodles that were just unreal.
Yeah. We spent a couple days in Kyoto, which was actually our favorite spot in Japan. I really wish we'd gotten to spend more time there, but we weren't even planning to go to Kyoto.
We were supposed to go to Tokyo.
We were supposed to go to Tokyo, and we're like, why don't we just pop over to Kyoto? Might as well. I'm so glad we did.
That is not what happened. We were in Osaka, trying to figure out our plan, and then you got a insane voice note from Jessica Nigri. Be like, girl, you have to go to Kyoto.
That's true.
And so we literally shifted our entire plans because Jessica Nigri sent you a voice note.
Pretty much. Yeah. Jessica Nigri is a cosplayer, if you're not familiar. What?
Jessica Nigri's a cosplayer.
She doesn't like to be called that. It makes her cringe.
I know, but that's like being like Robert De Niro's an actor, if you don't know.
Well, yes, some people are not in the cosplay community, okay? Anyways, she's one of the OGs.
People...
If you're not... Some people are not in the cosplay community, okay?
Everyone knows that Jessica Nigri's a cosplayer.
No, she is a cosplayer, but she told us, she's like, every time I hear cosplayer, I cringe. And I'm like, but you are a cosplayer. Anyways, it's fine. Yeah, she literally sent me a voice note because she, like, messaged me. She's like, hey, girl, I forgot to bring cosplays to Star Wars Celebration. Do you have any? And I was like, no, I did not finish any of mine in time. But I was like, we're in Japan. What do you recommend? And she's like, you have to go to Kyoto. You have to do the hike. You gotta go, whatever. And I was like, okay, sure. You know what? Jessica Nigri said we gotta go to Kyoto, so we're gonna go to Kyoto. And I'm so fucking glad that we did.
Okay, to be fair to our chat, Code 76 doesn't know who she is.
That's what I mean. What I mean. Not everybody is, like, in the cosplay community.
I just think it's very... It wasn't that you... It's not that you said Jessica Nigri's a cosplayer. It was the way that you were like, Jessica Nigri's... It was the, like...
Yeah.
Jessica Nigri is, like, the cosplayer.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Look, if you're not following her, you gotta change that. Because A, she's hilarious, and B, she's so incredibly fucking talented. It makes me want to vomit. Because she put together that fucking... Is it Emma Frost? In, like, 2 days? Insane.
I miss Bird era Jessica Nigri. That was the funniest era of Jessica Nigri to me.
Anyways.
The birds. So yeah, we climbed Fushima Inari with Jess and Ryan and some friends, and that was very fun. Darshell and Mike were there.
Yeah.
And so we got to do a little bit of a group hike through all of the torii gates, which was, if you go to Japan,
unreal.
The thing that I would recommend more than anything is Fushima Inari. Yeah. Like that was that whole day, that hike. It's so gorgeous. It is a little crowded. Like, there's a lot of tourists there, but that's going to change next year when fewer tourists are allowed in the country. But
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if they're allowed if you're in, but starting next year, you have to apply for a visa before you get to the airport. Right now, you get your visa as a tourist when you land. And
it's hell.
It wasn't that bad. It was only bad.
The mob getting into the line was really bad.
Sure, but the only reason it was bad was because we had to make a flight to Osaka. If we didn't have a flight that we were worried about getting to, it would have been whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the next year, you're going to have to apply for a visa before you get there. Mm-hmm. So remember that. Fushima Inari Kyoto's this massive city. And it is this mountain in the middle of Kyoto that has such great tree coverage that you completely forget that you're in a city for most of the hike. And then there are these pockets where you walk out onto these plateaus and you can just see all of Kyoto in the distance. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's so spiritual and it's so filled with history. Yeah. And it's so... It's like
stunning.
And there are these little spots on the way up where you can have tea ceremonies and you can have a hard-boiled egg. And it's just... It is this amazing experience that fulfills you and fills you, and I couldn't recommend it more.
Yeah, it's truly like it was our favorite thing. I'm so glad that we went. I'm grateful for Jess being like, you gotta fucking go, and I was like, okay, sure, why not?
No, and yeah, I'm really glad she recommended it.
Yeah. So
and then showed us around. I like honestly, like she was a fountain of knowledge as we were climbing.
That's true. It's like, let's go this way. Don't stop here for photos. There's a million spots. She was great. So definitely recommend Kyoto if you're planning a trip to Japan. Kyoto is wonderful. Not only the hike, but I think that the shopping district was really awesome, and the market street was Nishiki. Yeah,
market.
Something.
Oh god, so much good food. You had Kobe beef there for the first time?
Yeah, just on a stick.
On a stick.
Oh, incredible.
Cooked on the street.
Literally like one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten, just on a stick.
Also, we had one of our favorite meals in all of Japan was the chicken ramen we had in Kyoto.
Yeah, random little place that had like 3 spots. The guy there barely said a word to us. The most delicious ramen I've ever had in my whole life.
We were okay. This is interesting. Pokemon trading card game, right? Put out a new Team Rocket set while we were in Japan. I went to every Pokemon Center and Pokemon store in Japan trying to get a package of the Team Rocket cards. Y'all, I couldn't. Literally could not get a package of these cards. They are sold out fucking everywhere. It was crazy. Like, that set is so goddamn popular. I genuinely couldn't believe it. Yeah, very, 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 very interesting. That set is clearly selling very well for them. I just wanted one. I ended up buying, I just wanted like a couple of Japanese Pokemon cards, so I bought a pack. I did get like a rainbow holo of, what's the koala's name? It's a very cute card. I should have it here. I should have it to show off. I did get that, and I'm happy with that. But I wanted the Team Rocket Kamala. That's what it is. I wanted the Team Rocket cards, and they're sold out everywhere, and it drove me a little bit crazy. I walked into every Pokemon Center, and they're like, "Oh no, Gaijin, we do not have that." And I was like, "Oh fuck, okay, well that's just fine." But Kyoto was great. I don't know any of the names past that original 150. I know them all, but pulling them is harder as I get older. I that's not true. I don't think I know all of the Paradox Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, I didn't play that one.
Here, I'm going to go grab some stuff to show off. You keep talking and telling stories.
Oh, all right, sure.
I just realized I should have things to show.
Sure. What's up, chat? Yeah. Yeah, I thought, like, for sure, it's like, oh, Pokemon cards in Japan, easy. But no. No, it was rough. Yeah. Kyoto was fucking great. We went to Tokyo and where were we? We were in Shibuya for like a day. Did some shopping. It was wild. Very overwhelming. I was like, there are so many stores and there's so many cute things, and I literally want everything. This is a problem. I only have so much suitcase space. Because I knew I was gonna like just buy a suitcase there and like fill it so that I didn't have to worry about packing issues. However, we were still traveling within Japan, and I didn't want to have a whole extra suitcase until the very end. So it's like, damn it, I'm gonna have to come back and buy shit. Then we went to Tokyo DisneySea, because there was a bunch of our friends going. So we actually went with, we met up with Sarah Mikasai and Adeline, who are also, like, you know, cosplay creator friends. Spent the day at Tokyo DisneySea. Yeah.
Right back.
All right. And Tokyo DisneySea was fine. It was really, really fucking crowded, and the lineups, even to get food or like snacks, the lines to get snacks at stalls were like 20 minutes long. Food was like 30 minutes to 90 minutes. The ride lines were really long. It was a little bit rough. I think it was super busy because, first of all, April is peak tourist season, plus Star Wars Celebration and, you know, the cherry blossoms and all of that, and Expo. So, it's very busy. Have y'all been spammed with Blue Prince content? I have no idea what that is. I'm so sorry. So no, I have not been spammed with blueprints content.
Blueprints?
Blueprints, yeah. I don't know. Like princes and royalty.
Oh, is that an anime?
I have no idea. I think they're saying it might be Game of the Year contender. I don't know.
Oh.
I thought you said that about Expedition 33, so.
That's what I've heard.
It is a game. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
Febmo says I did get lucky enough to swipe an official Pokemon Center ETB for both the upcoming Black and White sets.
Jeez.
Let's go. Proud of you.
That is some luck. Yeah, Tokyo DisneySea was fun.
Is that where we're at now? Oh shit.
Yeah. The lines were kind of stupid.
The new rides, don't recommend them.
We went on the Tangled ride and it was bad.
Terrible.
We waited like 2 hours to get on this ride. That was just a boat ride for like 45 seconds. It was like really not good.
Yeah, really disappointed in the Tangle ride. I think the animatronics are beautiful. Like they've done a really good job with them, and like the lantern room is gorgeous, but it's like 4 rooms. It's so short.
The
line is 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
not worth it.
Like the old Tokyo DisneySea rides are just better. Like Journey to the Center of the Earth.
That was super fun. Journey was a great ride, and Sinbad was fantastic. And those are literally the only 3 rides that we got on because it was so fucking busy.
Was that it?
Yes.
Wow.
The only 3 rides that we did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That one was tough. It was fun because we were with people, but...
Yeah. Well, and we were just hanging out. We tried all the food. Honestly, I had a tiramisu ice cream sandwich that was pretty banging.
You had that like bread thing.
Oh, the long naan.
Yeah.
From the fucking Aladdin area.
I liked that.
That was good. It was only $5
The
too.
one bread thing that I got like wasn't great.
No.
And like I said, it was like sometimes 60 to 90 minutes just to wait for food. So we didn't really like...
We never waited that long.
No,
we waited like 25 for popcorn.
No, we didn't wait that long. I'm saying, but the lines for the restaurants, like the Duffy one, were literally
Oh, for
like...
the seated restaurants. Yeah,
for like actual like food were so ridiculous that we didn't really end up eating there.
Yeah, no, DisneySea... I don't know. I wish they would sell fewer tickets. I get it. They want to pack them in. They want to make money. But like, it wasn't a good experience.
And apparently the next day was worse.
Yeah. And I get that it's like, you know, cherry blossom season. It's like the #1 tour season of the year. I just don't... I think that if you're going to have a park like that...
It was also the 20-year anniversary of Duffy.
Duffy, yeah.
So...
Tokyo DisneySea now, you can literally pay per ride.
Yeah.
And it's like $20 a person. And I just think that they have... I don't know that when the Genie Plus was like $35 for the day per person, I was like, okay, it simplifies lightning lanes. I get that. I'm into it, right?
Yeah, no, this is like $20 per ride.
Well, now they're doing that at Disney in America too. Like, I just don't know that I don't know. I'm it's tough. I think that Disney does a lot of really incredible things and they create experiences that I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
And the monetization of Disney is getting so out of hand that I don't really know what the
future is for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how interested I am in being a consumer of that future.
Yeah, it's a little rough, and we love Disney.
Yeah.
Like, I was very excited to go, and I like I said, I had fun, but the experience of actual Disney was not great, and I think that a lot of people felt similarly about it. Especially the people who went literally the next day because it was even busier. And the next day they like sectioned off the one area so that you literally had to wait in line to get into a certain area. It was a lot. Yeah.
Doug C, thank you for reaching out about the Daggerheart game. Please email me, nerdynightly@gmail.com.
Yeah,
that's going to be the easiest way to get to me about that game. That game will probably happen the last week of May or the first week of June. No, it won't be the first week of June. That will be the last week of May before we head.
Well, it depends on people's availability.
We're gonna schedule that when we can. I need to start talking to people about that. Thank you for the reminder. I do need to check other people's. I forget that other people have lives, because I'm like, oh, everyone is like me, and they have a YouTube schedule where they can kind of like move things around. No. Good call, Doug C. Email me nerdynightly@gmail.com.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna start fulfilling a lot of those rewards. Obviously, we've got the D&D movie to watch. You've got some games to run. There's cosplays in the works. Yep. Very fun.
My Armstrong cosplay.
Yeah. So
a lot of charity stuff that we have to finish redeeming.
Yeah.
I need to finish my smut book.
Yes. Yeah.
Can
I
be honest about the smut book really quick?
Sure.
Y'all, I thought I was like, oh, this book is for charity and it doesn't mean anything. It's going to be really easy for me to like get it out. I'm so anxious about it. Whenever I'm writing it, I'm like, oh my God, people are going to judge. This is the first thing I'm going to put out in the world that's like my writing. People are going to judge me so hard on this.
Because you're so judgmental.
And then now I'm like, it's tough. It's hard. It's a struggle.
The thing is, you gotta... Here's the thing. I think for like a first piece, having something that's a bit of a joke thing that you can put out there that you have to decide doesn't matter all that much might be better than the first thing I have to drop has to be the best thing I've ever made or people are going to judge it.
I completely agree with you. The problem is that I am so worried about the people who won't understand the context.
You put a page at the beginning of the fucking book. I wrote this as a dumb charity incentive. Here you go, you fucks. That's what it says.
I know, but I want it to be good. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, y'all. It will be done this year. I promise. It will be done this year. I promise. I mentioned that I got a Kamala card. Let me pull it out of here.
You want a Miss Marvel card?
Nope. The Pokemon Kamala.
Sure.
So the Japanese Pokemon cards have like gold on the back. They like even the backs look different.
All of them?
Yeah.
Didn't notice that. Damn.
But look. Oh no, it's a Metatype.
Wow.
Look at this fucking card I got. I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah, that is not the same thing at all.
Yeah. Look at that shit. So I'm probably I'll get that in my shiny binder soon. I was like, okay, I want one Nico Robin card, from the One Piece card game in Japanese. And so I found this like gold foil. It's in a like plastic sleeve right now. But I found this like gold foil Nico Robin in her hat. And I love it so much. It was $7. I just wanted one for my collection. And this will go on my shrine to Nico Robin, that I'm slowly building over time. My favorite One Piece character. I love her.
In the new house.
Yeah. I also got like some One Piece stickers. I got this like Nico Robin, her like logo. Or her, is it gonna catch? No, it's not. Come on. It's not. It's just a little sticker. That's cute. My sister got me some One Piece stickers for my birthday, so I got Luffy, Nami, and Zoro here. Yeah. I'm not surprised that they did not get me Sanji. And then I got this pixel art Nico Robin that I love very much. You
also got a little keychain for your bag.
I do. Oh yeah, I do have a little. I have a little charm of Nico Robin. Little chibi Nico Robin charm on my bag. So yeah, got a lot of Nico Robin stuff. And nothing else. I wanted to get a cute little chopper thing, but I didn't manage to find something that I really wanted. There's also, oh my God, I have to show you this photo on my phone. Give me a second, putting these back in here. I should have bought it. The biggest regret I have for something I didn't buy is I found the perfect Enel statue.
Enel?
Yeah, it's a villain from the Skypiea arc.
Oh, alright, sure.
That's just his name is Enel. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, here's a photo of me with Luffy, at the Mugiwara store. Check that out. Hell yeah. So cool.
Gotta put that on your Instagram.
Oh, I will. This is a like statue of Enel that you can buy. that I think is one of, if not the funniest. Wow, my phone is so overexposed. That's wild. Look at him. It's so fucking funny. It is my greatest regret. I should have bought it. I don't know why I didn't. I fucked up, chat.
Because we don't collect statues.
Yeah, Tokyo DisneySea. Fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was a fun day because of our friends, but the lines were too crazy and and the thing is, like, the buy-in, the rides sold out. So, like, clearly, the problem is, clearly it's working, right? Like, for Disney, they're like, well, it sells out every day, so it's not like people aren't buying it. I'm like, yeah, but... And here's the only thing that I will say about it, and this is, we bought one ride. We paid to not stand line for Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
The only justification I can make is that it is only $80 Canadian. It's like $60 American to get into the park.
Yeah.
It's like $160 American to get into Tokyo Disneyland, or to get into Disneyland Anaheim.
Yeah.
And so if you consider buying, like, if you buy the $60 ticket and then
you buy the couple of rides that you really want to do,
it ends up being the same cost as the Disneyland.
You just have to buy them before they sell out.
Yeah, it's weird. You can only buy one at a time. I don't know. It's not a system I like.
Because I really wanted to do Soarin', and we didn't get a chance to, but oh well.
Yeah.
It was fun. Then we get to Star Wars Celebration.
That's right.
Um,
We were staying at a hotel in Chiba.
Uh-huh.
So here's one of the things about Japan. You should book your plans in advance. We didn't. We had no hotels when we arrived in Japan. We had the couple nights in Osaka.
And that was it.
And so we were literally getting hotels like 2 days before we would go to the next city, which is why we were able to go to Kyoto.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It worked out for us.
But we got this hotel in Chiba. No idea what it was going to be like. Like, genuinely, we just were like, there were no photos.
Not great, but it was the only option that was non-smoking we could find.
That was close to the convention center. And so we ended up going into a hotel room. And turns out we had booked a fucking apartment building. Or an apartment. We had a giant living room with 2 couches.
Yeah.
We had a kitchen.
Yeah.
We had 2 beds that were so close together, it almost felt like they were trying to be one bed.
Yeah.
But there was like 7.5 inches between them. It was just enough space that you could fall in.
Yeah.
Or like start to like sink in.
Yeah.
Very funny. But huge.
I know.
Like, it was... For what we paid, I couldn't believe how big the room was.
There is a video on my Instagram. I do have hey, this is fun. I do have a third Instagram account now called Claw Rooster.
You do.
That is like talking videos. So if that's the kind of content you enjoy, there is a video of that hotel room on that account.
Yeah. So Star Wars Celebration. Y'all, are you ready for this video to start getting negative? Because this is where we criticize Disney some more. We're criticizing Disney today.
Yeah, look, Andor was great. But they're not infallible. And,
they're not infallible.
And Star Wars Celebration was a bit of a mess.
Yes.
It got better, but the first day, we decided we were going to get the merch
Star Wthere Celebration
stuff.
2025.
Hell yeah. We're going to get the merch stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
So we got there at 8:30, 8:40.
8:45.
In the morning to line up for the merch store.
Thinking we'd be done by noon.
Thinking we'd be done by noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goal was to be done by noon.
Yeah. And so we got there, we lined up. The merch store opens at 9:00, and there is already a giant ass line, not only through the building but outside of the building.
Yeah.
So we line up, and it gets to 9. They open the doors. A few people go through. It gets to 10. I think we made it inside the building by 10.
We did. We got to the line indoors by 10 a.m.
Yeah. Then at like 11, we're still in line.
Yeah.
Then at noon,
they stopped letting people into the store.
Yeah, it was around noon.
Yeah.
They stopped letting people into the store around noon. So the line halted for about 30 to 35 minutes where nobody moved.
Yeah.
And we were like, what's wrong? What's the problem?
Well, and I was having flashbacks to Chicago Celebration when the POS system went down. And so they kicked everybody out of the entire store and line and brought a new POS system overnight and reopened the store the second day.
Yeah, so we were like, oh my God, are they going to shut down this line? No idea what happened, to be honest. I'm going to assume that maybe, the system went down or they were restocking or something. Doesn't matter. Yeah. We'd already been in line for over 3 hours. Okay, we're there. Our friends it hits 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, it's been 4 hours. Our friends are about to get in line. And I was like, give me cash. Let me know what you want.
We'll just get it for you.
I will get you something. Do not wait in this line. It is ridiculous. We're still not even there yet. It finally gets to 1:45? No, 1:30, I think, is when we went in.
No, we got in at... Yeah. We got in about 1:30.
Around 1:30.
So 4 hours in line, we got into the store.
No, that's almost 5 hours. Because we got there at 8:45.
Yes.
Yeah. So we finally get into the store. And the store is a mess.
Yeah.
It is day one. They are already sold out.
Of everything.
Of so many things. So many things. And they were already...
And they do hold some stock for day 2 and 3. So, like, there were some things that were going to get restocked the next morning.
Yeah. But they don't limit the number of things that you can buy of each thing. So there was already stuff on eBay.
That's not true.
Being sold.
There is one thing that was limited to 1 per customer.
Yes. Only one item.
And that was Jar Jar Binks Funko Pop, but it is bedazzled, so he's shiny.
Edition.
I have the diamond edition of the Grogu from London. And so I now have diamond Jar Jar Binks. I don't collect Funkos anymore. I used to. They're kind of a silly thing to collect now.
I don't love Funkos, but it was like...
In the early days, they were really fun. They kind of got overdone, and they're just kind of like all the same.
Yeah.
But I will still get the diamond-encrusted Star Wars ones because I think it's very funny that there's a diamond-encrusted Jar Jar Binks.
And it says, like, Star Wars Celebration on it. And, like, that's,
it's a limited edition.
Cool, so whatever. So we got one of those.
So I did get this. I am taking... offers, so if you want to offer me a significant amount of money for it, I will send it to you.
Great, there you go.
But it's going to be a lot of money because I think that this is going to go up in value over time.
I mean, hopefully. Yeah, so we get in there. Half the shit's gone. It's a mess. If you wanted to get a t-shirt, you had to wait in another line because the one wall was just tables of t-shirts that were, like, you couldn't get yourself. You had to go talk to someone to get one for you. And they only had 3 people working this long-ass fucking table to get to, like, there were, like, 20, 25 different t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of them, okay? And so I was like, well, I want to get something. Everything else that I wanted to try is sold out or they don't have my size.
Well, and I want to talk about the sizing really quick. Here's the thing. Look, they didn't have anything smaller than a small, and everything ran a little bit big. And so even the smalls were, like, a little big on you.
Yeah, they were huge.
So here's the thing. And this is where I want to call out Disney and Lucasfilm and like the thinking behind Star Wars Celebration is I understand that those are the sizes that you sold in North America at Anime or Chicago or in London, but Japanese clothes run smaller.
You're in Japan.
And I was disappointed in Disney, honestly, for not creating an experience for Star Wars Celebration Japan that catered to the local patrons of the event.
Because they had up to 3XL.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have
an extra small.
One extra small.
And so I do, and the event in general, like there were definitely places where there were like Japanese translations for what was being spoken about in the panels. And so I do think they tried a little bit, but I don't know.
A little bit.
I felt like if the goal of Star Wars Celebration Japan was to participate in a more international audience, it did not come across in the con as if the con was made to cater towards Japan. It felt a lot of times like it just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And I for my taste, I wish that they had put a little bit more effort, particularly in the merch, in sizing it for Japanese people to... I don't know. And maybe that's silly, but yeah, just being there, I felt it. I was like, oh, it feels like this could have taken place anywhere. And I thought that it should have felt more Japanese.
I think that the art definitely stylistically,
A lot of the art was really
felt
cool. Yeah.
very cool, very Japanese inspired. I liked that they had chopsticks and like, you know, tea sets and things like that. But
yeah, but the chopsticks, again, I'm sorry, the chopsticks, they weren't that great.
No, the quality of them was terrible. The wrap around them didn't even line up.
Yeah. And it was clearly a wrap that was like a paper wrap that was then like sealed.
Yeah.
But the wrap on the chopsticks was like askew sometimes, so it didn't go around perfectly.
Yeah, so honestly, I have to say, overall, pretty disappointed with most of the merch at Celebration, especially having to wait for, like...
Having said that, I got the sickest fucking jacket. Look at this. It's got, like, sakura blossoms with a X-wing flying out of them.
Yeah.
And then on this side, but then...
The jacket's pretty great.
Look at the inside.
Yeah. The art inside is this is definitely the best piece of merch I think that they had.
It's so cool. I love this jacket.
Yeah.
Clarice and I wanted matching jackets, but they didn't have an extra small. So
even the small was fucking gigantic. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna spend fucking almost $200 on something that doesn't even fit me, right? I'll just borrow that one if I want an oversized jacket, right?
Yeah.
So that was a little unfortunate. By the time we got into the store, we then had to wait an extra...
It took us about 45 minutes in the store to hunt down things we wanted to buy.
And to wait in line to get to the t-shirts.
And then it took us an hour at the end of that to get through the line to... The checkout line was a separate room.
Yeah.
That was an hour line. So all told, we were in... It took us over 6 hours on day one to get just through the merch store.
Yeah, we got out we thought we were going to get out of there around noon, and it was after 3 o'clock.
And look, it was fine for us. We had badges every day. We didn't have a lot of plans the first day because we didn't get into the Mandalorian and Grogu panel. So, like, we didn't have a lot going on day one, so it's not the end of the world for us. But for people who had one-day badges, the inability to do the merch store... is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Star Wars Celebration needs to come up with a new system than just putting all of the merch in one store and making it this insane push. Like, the pins are in the merch store, even though pin traders are not. Like, I just feel like they need to diversify merch into separate places.
Yeah.
So that it isn't just this one mad push into this one line that ends up consuming a whole day of your con.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's a system that, like, it's never been great.
Yeah.
It always has problems, and they never try anything else. And I just wish they would try something else, because it really was like, of day one, we were kind of like, well, fuck, is Star Celebration even going to be fucking worth it?
Well,
like,
and the shittiest part is that you have people waiting in line for literal hours, for their entire day, only to have things be sold out, but they're not sold out. There's more stock that will be put in the store the next day, or the last day.
Yeah, but that's so that the people who are only there on Saturday still have a chance.
100%. But then you have people who are upset that they've waited, like, the one thing that they wanted was to get to the merch, right? Yeah. Maybe that's all you wanted from Star Wars Celebration, and that's totally valid. They get there, and they're told it's sold out. When it's not actually sold out, they're restocking throughout the day, or they're restocking on other days, and you just happen to be there in a time slot where the thing that you wanted isn't there and available for you to buy. Because they're not limiting it, right? They're not limiting how many things you can get per person. I'm grateful in a way because we were able to get stuff for our friends. Yeah. But on the other hand...
We got more stuff for our friends than we did for us.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you're walking out with, like, 6 of the tea sets, like, you know... Yeah. I think that they do need to limit things to 1 or 2 per person, especially for the stuff they know is just going to get taken and scalped, right? And sold at a premium online.
And the scalping, it's one of those things where I think the scalping, particularly because it was in Japan, scalping especially hurts because it's like, well... So many people can't make it. I don't know. Exactly. I don't know what the exact solution to it is, right? Yeah. I don't know how to solve the problem. I just think that this is 4 cons. This is my 4th celebration in a row where the line for the merch store has been a particular problem. Yeah. Actually, you know what? No, it wasn't that bad in Europe for some reason.
It was about 3 hours, remember?
No, it wasn't for me. But I snuck in that one. There was that one time we were like, maybe
you went twice. Didn't you?
Yeah, but the second time was on Sunday when everything was sold out. So like we were just gonna go see what was left.
Yeah.
But I managed to get in that on Saturday, in that weird period of time where like something had happened
Oh, there was a
at
panel?
the live stage.
There was
No,
a
it was
big
the Celebration
announcement.
live stage.
Right.
I think it was Hayden and Obi-Wan Ewan were coming out together.
Yeah.
And so I managed to get in like 40 minutes at one point.
Yeah.
And I just did it because you weren't with me. But yeah. Light Blindfold, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you so much.
Thousands of Star Wars fans encountering Imperial norms and not a single rebellion in the merch line.
Oh, well, there was a moment where all we hear is boo, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? They cut off the merch line at 1:45.
Yeah. Right after we'd gotten in the store.
Right. No, it was like right before.
No, we were already in the store when the
we were
booing
in the
happened.
store. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was around 1:45 or 2 o'clock when we just hear this this angry noise, and it was because they cut off the merch line. They didn't let any other people line up. The con closes at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And 4 hours before closing, they were like, nah, you're not going to get in before it closes.
There were still hundreds of people in line, right? So like, yeah, the reason they cut it off is they were like, the people in line now are going to barely get in the store by like 5:50.
Yeah.
And or by, well, with checkout, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I do think that I just wish they would try something different in 2027 to make even just like the like Star Wars Celebration black shirts with just the logo, put those somewhere else. Just put those, have like 4 or 5 booths around the con floor.
Yeah.
Because the con floor had space.
The con floor was like
spread it out,
empty. Yeah, and I was like, if you do that, because I brought this up to you, I was like, if you spread things out like that, you can be like, hey, we don't have this left at this merch store, but you can check the other ones, and maybe you can find it there instead, right?
Yeah.
Which spreads people out. It
keeps
stops,
people moving.
Because you're gonna be less annoyed having to move around like that than you are standing still in line. Also, James Ross, fuck you. I still have a bicep going, okay? That is still present. I just want to be very clear.
You got great biceps, baby. The best biceps.
Yeah. I don't know. It was especially day one, that Friday, was a rough experience.
But
yeah.
It got so much better after that. So Saturday morning, we did not go to... we walked around the floor a little bit after that. We posted some photos. It's fun. The con was honestly a little empty. I feel like they didn't have that many exhibitors because getting your stuff there was very expensive. Like getting stuff to Japan. So there wasn't a lot to buy. There wasn't a lot to do, honestly.
It was like Hot Toys.
Yeah, the big Hot Toys booth.
Some artists.
I got my guy, my Neil.
Got your little Neil. He's very cute.
I got my little Neil bobblehead. He's so sweet. He's my boy.
That's my favorite.
Hot Toys had this like new $650 Anakin Skywalker with the like red eyes from the end of Revenge of the Sith. That sold out on day one. And people were like, what the fuck is going on? I think part of that was that there wasn't a lot of things to buy, like other Star Wars celebrations.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of shopping.
And so the big ticket items, I think, actually sold really well because of that. There was a $10,000 Vader statue.
Oh my god, the white porcelain with the cherry blossoms. Unreal. But also, I think something that didn't help was that a lot of the stuff was being sold at 2 or 3 times the regular price. Yeah. So there was this Loungefly backpack I really wanted to get. Yeah. It's like an Ewok. Super fucking cute. I'm still actually, I want to order that online.
But ordering it online, it's $90.
It's $90 online, and it was $270 at the con.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, so some things were rough. Some things were at the same price. Like Gap Japan had a booth there, and their product were the same there that they were at the Gap Japan. And so that booth sold out really fast because it wasn't crazy overpriced.
Literally like day one.
But even the t-shirts, like this t-shirt, I think was like $45.
Yeah.
They dropped Mandalorian and Grogu t-shirts with the new logo after the panel on day one. We were there when they were bringing them out after the panel was over. Those t-shirts were $55.
Yeah. For
like a simple print t-shirt. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And so Star Wars, like the merch side of Star Wars Celebration, it's getting too expensive, man. I don't know. Because there weren't that many activities, and the floor was mostly shopping, but the shopping was all way overpriced. It just, that kind of sapped some of the energy out of day one for me. Even after we got out of the merch store finally.
Even Saturday. Like, I think it was...
Well, no, Saturday, though, we had... So, okay. Saturday morning, we decided not to go to the Andor panel. Because we knew they were going to show episode 1, and we knew we wanted to react to it.
Yeah.
So we skipped the Andor panel. We just kind of hung out with some friends, had some lunch, had some crepes from a... There was an incredible food truck scene.
Oh, yeah. So this was so wild. So the wait to get into the food hall was like 90 minutes to 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if you just went outside to the food trucks, there was like, a couple small lines, but it was actually so much easier to get food.
You get food in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the food in the food hall, overpriced.
Yeah.
The food in the food trucks,
Great.
we got crepes for like $4.
Banging.
We got these fried noodles with short rib on them for like $6.50. Like, crazy cheap food. So fucking good. And... like, they had... Okay, this is something that all cons need to do better at. Alcohol. There were $8... There were like $5, $6, $7, $8 drinks.
Yeah.
In the garage.
That's very Japan, though.
I know, but like fucking... I was able to have multiple fucking lemon sours.
Yeah.
Midday of the con. Oh, God. Cheap booze?
Yeah.
So damn good.
No, it's smart. And it's a way to help people... still enjoy the con even when things aren't moving great. Because one of the other complaints that we had before we even got there was to get into a panel, you had to do the lottery online for it, right? Unfortunately, that lottery is only for yourself. So if you are going with a group and you've bought your passes and tickets all together, like us, only one of you is getting into that panel.
Yeah.
So you actually got a couple panels.
I did, yeah. I got
and we didn't end up going.
Ahsoka, or I got Andor and Visions.
Okay. And we didn't end up going to them because you would have had to go by yourself because you got a pass online and I didn't, which sucks.
Which was so dumb. Let people book their fucking let people book their panel reservations with the group they bought their tickets with at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
It should be with the group that they decide to be with. People like Gen Con do a good job of this, of like having your badges be friends.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, the individual panel thing was so stupid.
Yeah, so that sucked. If you didn't get if you didn't win any of those lotteries, you kind of had to wait in line for panels and hoped that there was leftover space for you, which often there is, especially because there's several different stages.
Yeah.
We went to the Ahsoka panel, which was fantastic. Even
though
we
got to talk about the Ahsoka panel.
We didn't love Ahsoka as a show, and I do want to be, you guys know that. But,
we've been honest about it.
Yeah, but the panel...
Getting to watch Dave Filoni, Rosario, and Hayden talk about making the show was awesome. Dave Filoni had one of the most human moments on stage. They took a moment to talk about Ray Stevenson and how he passed.
Yeah.
And how they've recast the role of Balin. And Dave's tribute to Ray was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, he got very emotional. And I got very emotional with him. It was... The Star Wars Celebration, to me, is about the emotion of fandom coming together. And all cons to me... The reason why I love going to cons, and why we go to so many... Because we're not big enough that, like, we've gone to, what, like 30 cons last 2 years? We've only gotten free badges, like, twice. Like, we pay for hotels and cons every time we go. We're not guests.
Yeah.
We are fans, right?
Yeah.
The reason why we keep paying and the reason why we keep going and the reason why I love con and why I want to go to a con every weekend is because it is a place where you are with people who are all happy to be there because you get to be yourself and you get to be around other people who love what they love.
Yeah.
And for me, like, my favorite Star Wars memories are all of these emotional moments. It's Chicago. Ahmed Best came out for the first time on the live stage at his first con in forever. And people were cheering for him because my generation that grew up loving Jar Jar Binks because I was 7 years old when this movie came out. And I didn't know that I was supposed to hate Jar Jar. I just thought he was hilarious because I was 7 and he meant the world to me. I got to cheer and scream for him after growing up and realizing that people were so awful to him. Just because he did what he was asked as an actor and did a damn good job doing the part that he was supposed to be doing. I wept for Ahmed that day. Those are the moments that make cons special. It's thousands of people coming together to be emotional about a thing that they love.
Yeah.
And being in a room with thousands of people again to honor the memory of a man who has brought so much to Star Wars across his voice acting work, his incredible performances as Balin Skull, and for him to be eulogized in that way by Dave Filoni for that audience so that we could have that moment together, I thought was, I just want to say brilliant. It was so good. It was one of my favorite. What the fuck? Spiced rum! Sorry, I was in the middle of remembering a very sad moment. Hi from what the fuck is this super chat? Thank you.
That's a super duper chat.
They have internet in Saskatoon? When did you get internet?
Oh my god.
That's
thank
crazy.
You. I'm glad that you like the reactions.
They're not going anywhere, don't you worry.
Damn.
No, I'm joking. I love Saskatoon. I love Canada. We're a good country with 10 provinces, okay. And we should stay that way.
Yeah, no, we do all right. Yeah, we could get an extra province, actually.
Yeah.
We could get an 11th province for sure.
Washington?
Yeah, we're definitely not decreasing those numbers. Holy shit, thank you so much for that incredible super chat.
That's so incredibly generous. Genuinely, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We promised many reactions to come. One Piece is going up by a video a week. I'm probably going to do more anime over there because I do love it so much.
Yeah. Once Andor and The Last of Us end, there's not really like a new show, I don't think, that's coming out. So we'll probably revisit something that people have been asking of us.
You know what's next.
Well, I mean, I was going to let the patrons vote on it, but
No,
I think
no. I'm not letting the patrons vote on it. The next reaction after Last of Us and Andor are done is going to be set. Like, literally, this next week is going to be Last of Us and 3 episodes of Andor. The following week is going to be The Last of Us and Severance episode 1.
Great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Was it 100 US or 100 Canadian that got you a reaction? Commissions are 100 US, and you have to talk to us first to make sure that it's something we want to react to. Because after American History X, we're being more careful about what we take for commissions.
Yeah. In terms of like movies and stuff, we wanna do some research before we accept money for those kinds of commissions.
Yeah. We don't want to let people down because we did do the American History X one and then we didn't post it publicly because I couldn't figure out. No, it's not. It's only on Patreon.
Oh, because it was so graphic and violent.
Well, there's just so much language. I was like, I don't even know how to put this on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I don't think that people were particularly happy with our reaction anyway. So
I don't know. We liked it, or we thought it was like
it completely fucking undermined itself by the very end.
And we got really upset at the end of it. Yeah.
The end kind of like ruined the movie, and I think the entire point of it. But
anyway, we are open to commissions. There are, I think, 10 episodes left of Attack on Titan that I will accept $100 individually. So if you want to drop $1,000, I will watch the rest of Attack on Titan, and deal with the fallout of that. But yeah, Severance is next. Very excited. Very, very excited. I think about it a lot. Which is funny because I know nothing about it.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I've just heard it's amazing. People are like, how are you not watching it? And we were like, we're busy. I don't know.
So then, after the Ahsoka panel and the incredible tribute to Ray Stevenson, Dave Filoni dropped this like 80s style trailer that was just concept art and like a voiceover for Ahsoka season 2. It was the coolest trailer in decades. Yeah. I need more art to go back to cool trailers that's just concept art and somebody talking. I think it is.
I loved it.
We were so in, and people were literally like, play it again. Please play that a second time. Like, everyone just wanted to see that trailer a second time.
Yeah, it was
so fun.
Yeah.
The Hound looks great as Balin for season 2. So, you know, I was critical of season 1, particularly not the middle so much, but the end of it. And I was critical of some of the action. So I do hope the action is a little bit stronger in season 2. But I am really hyped for season 2. I think there's a lot of setup choices that I didn't like in season 1 that because they've made those choices and I've come to terms with them, I'm not going to be as bugged by, like, you know, Sabine being a Jedi now and stuff like that. I'm not going to be as bugged by them in season 2 because that's just how it is. I think I'll always be frustrated in season 1 that they made those choices.
Uh-huh.
But to moving forward, it's like, well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm hopeful for season 2.
Yeah. Light Blindful, thank you for that super chat. I'll pay $100 to commission the Mosquito Coast. You still haven't seen that yet, right? Harrison Ford is the main character.
No.
Sorry, Harrison Ford is the main character, or he plays the main character? Because those are two very different things.
It's actually Mark Hamill playing Harrison Ford.
That would be hilarious. No, I have no idea what the
is
Mosquito Coast is.
The Mosquito Coast. Oh, it's a movie that's being adapted into a TV show.
Oh, good for them. 1986. Damn. Okay. Yeah, no, haven't seen this. As long as there's not swastikas everywhere that we have to edit out, like that would be.
That we have to blur by hand.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, Andrew Gregory, and River Phoenix. Oh shit.
Damn. All right. That's fun.
I did a movie with River Phoenix when I was a kid.
Stubborn inventors grown fed up with the American dream and consumerism. Sold.
Great.
Sold.
Yeah, like Blinded Fool, there's a book club, like a book commission form on our fourth wall. So if you drop, if you want, you can just go through that form and just say that it's for the Mosquito Coast.
Oh yeah, if you go to the merch store.
Yeah, commissions have to go through the merch store so that for tax reasons.
Yeah.
Because we have to announce them as income, and we were doing it on PayPal before, which is complicated.
We already have 3 movies going up this month though,
so it might be in June.
That would not be till June, just as long as you are okay with that. Because we have 2 Patreon picks that we have to do, and then also the D&D movie.
Yeah.
So, we got to get on. We should have dropped a movie this weekend.
We need to do a poll.
Yep.
Well, we wouldn't have had time to watch the movie this week. So.
Patrons, go over to the Discord and drop some movie recommendations you would like to see on that poll, please and thank you. Because we got to get those polls set up for this month.
I think we'll drop the D&D movie the first week of June when we're in. We'll watch it before we leave, but we'll drop it the first week of June when we're in Vancouver.
Oh sure, okay, Great, love that.
What's Fourth Wall again? Is it something I can do on the Nerdy Nightly website? No, it's its own website. Is it Nerdy Nightly store?
No, Nerdy Nightly shop, I think. Put it in again and go. So, the bottom. Stop. There we go. -shop.fourthwall.com.
No, but that's my dashboard.
Yeah, but that's still the same. Which D&D movie? The 2000s one.
You know what? We need to buy a URL for this.
I guess, yeah. What are you going to Vancouver for? For the Faded Fantasy Ball.
Yeah, there's the link.
Actually, yeah, we should have announced that as well.
Oh yeah, more announcements. It's the announcements show.
More announcements. We're invited creators to the Faded Fantasy Ball, so that's going to be us.
No, Claris Polaris is an invited creator, and she has a tag along.
Whatever.
Her butler will also be there.
Jesus Christ. We're going to dress up in fancy-pantsy outfits and dance at a ball and pretend that we live in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wait. The audiobook reaction is
Canadian.
in Canadian.
Yeah, because because that's what we said the audiobook says, remember?
I never bought my Bad Nibbles beanie.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, you told people it's $100 to get a reaction, and our audience took that as $100 Canadian dollars. And so
I think that's fair for an audiobook reaction. Some of the audiobook reactions are like 7 minutes long.
That's true. Yeah, a movie's
I wish we could set it up to pay per minute, but
yeah, well, the problem is unless we put it $100 US thing, that we only have the Canadian one. So if they want to buy their commission, that's
whatever. We'll do it for 100 Canadian. Yeah. Like Blinded Fool. We'll set up a movie reaction separately. It'll be a different button soon. So if you want a movie reaction, get it in now.
Quick, while still discounted.
Yeah,
we're going to add tariffs to it.
We're currently running a discount on movie reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're going to be in or around Vancouver for June 7th, come to this ball. It's going to be really fun. There's going to be a bunch of creators there. We're so fucking excited. I've never been to a ball. I've always wanted to go, so this is very exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun.
Yeah.
And thank you to them for inviting us. It's going to be a blast. We're also going to have a little content day with a bunch of Vancouver-based D&D creators.
D&D people.
So very excited for that.
Yeah.
No, Light by Fool, don't worry about it. Just go to the audiobook reaction thing. It's fine.
Yeah, you can just purchase an audiobook reaction and just write down the movie in it. We'll know what it is.
Yeah, we'll know what it is.
But I appreciate you checking in. We'll say that your super chat was the difference.
Logan says, "Are you going to cosplay as Ariel as a human?" We should have gone as Ariel and Eric. That would have been very funny.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to have my beard still.
You also don't have black hair. Yeah. We don't have a dog. So.
Yeah, I've got to keep the beard until we have a cosplay commission come in and I take photos in it.
Commission?
Yeah.
Oh, like we pay. Yeah. Okay. I was like, what? Yeah, Nerdy is going to be doing cosplay this year. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I've got 2. I'm not making them, but I have 2 cosplays coming. Yeah. And I need the beard for one, and then I'll shave for the other. Want to shout out this art. I got this incredible tarot card. From an artist. I'll read their name in a second, but look, this tarot card is the Force. It's the father, the daughter, and the son. This is by Diane Vasnelis. It is, her tarot set was so beautiful.
It was stunning.
She can't sell the tarot set as a tarot set for like licensing rights with Disney.
But there's like a beautiful poster.
She was allowed to give them away for free, and there's a beautiful art. So definitely check out Diane Vasnelis. Diane, Dianne Vaznnelis. Check out her art. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she was handing out cards like at random. You got to pull a card, and I pulled the Force. And I think the art is so beautiful.
It is.
A lot of beautiful art. I want to call out the badge art for Star Wars Celebration really quick. Like there were these beautiful like Japanese sort of art styles. There's the Luke was the Friday. Vader was the Saturday, which looks really fucking cool. And then Ahsoka was the Sunday. So I like that if you got the single days, you got Anakin and his son and his Padawan in the art. And then the 3-day pass, of course, because it's the Mandalorian Grogu kind of celebration, was the Mando Grogu together. I do like in this art, Grogu is clearly in like a combat stance. So maybe Grogu will be combat ready by the new movie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sunday, your family joined us, so
I also got so many stickers.
We were just kind of, I feel like, chilling most of the last day. So many stickers.
Well, no, there's still a Saturday thing we have to talk about. We got that. We got a lot of Ahsoka stickers. Very fun. We got some pins. Those are already on the pin wall, though. The second panel we went to on Saturday was Zero Company, the new XCOM game.
Oh, yes, the game. That looks great.
The game might not end up being great. I don't know yet. It's not out.
But the trailer looks fucking bomb.
And the panel sold us on it.
Oh, yeah.
The way the devs were talking about the making of Zero Company made me so fucking excited for Zero Company.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, you really should.
Oh, yeah, we got the...
Thank you, Light Blinded Fool. We will get that for you in June. Promise.
Huh. Yeah. James Ross says, where are the Kabutos? So the Kabutos were... the Hiroshima Castle.
What?
The Kabutos we're wearing in the thumbnail photo of this. You can wear those at Hiroshima Castle. Yes. There's like a photo op area for those.
So after Star Wars Celebration, we went to Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Well, wait, did we go there?
Oh, Zero Company.
Immediately?
You're gonna be able to custom build like Baldur's Gate 3 style build Star Wars characters.
Oh yeah.
Very excited for that. Day 3, my family was there, so we mostly hung out with my family all day. I wanted to call out, sorry, before we get to Hiroshima, they spent the Celebration live stage, which is always a beautiful place to be at Star Wars Celebration. It's like a panel stage in the middle of the con floor. It's awesome. They spent like 30 minutes. There was this guy who was a Japanese fruit carver that had been like walking the celebrities who are getting interviewed through like Japanese blessings and stuff to kind of give them to give the vibe a little bit more of an experience that was a Japanese flair. It was one of the things I really liked about it. And they spent like 30 minutes interviewing him before the finale. And he walked us all through how he carves his fruit. He was carving the fruit into different characters. And then he like walked out on, they were like, oh, like walk out on stage, like say hi to everyone. And he walked out and thousands of people started just screaming for this man.
Yeah.
And
he like broke down.
He was, they walked a mic over and he was like, this is I will never forget this. Like, thank you. I will never forget this moment.
Yeah.
And it was so
special.
emotional, and like that was a moment that pointed towards what I wanted them to do more, which was feature and like really showcase Japanese artists and things on the bigger stages.
Yeah.
And we did get that moment, and I thought that moment was so fucking beautiful and so moving, and I'll never forget it. He'll never forget it, and I'll never forget it. And it was just so cool to watch the hosts of the Star Wars stage, Reina and Anthony Padilla, I can't remember his name. Watch them like just be so enamored with his art for like 25, 30, like I know they did it because they had time to kill before the closing ceremony started. But once he started explaining his process, everyone got so invested in it. Yeah. And I was moved, man.
Yeah. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
really cool.
Yeah.
And I just think like the thing about Star Celebration being in different places is I think they should do more of that shit. Yeah,
I agree. You know, I understand why they're doing the 50th anniversary in LA.
Yeah, especially with George's museum opening.
Yeah. But like after LA, I do hope that they do more international renditions of Star Wars Celebration, because I want them to lean into that. I think it was really special. It was really moving, for sure.
Yeah. So you, like you said, we hung out with my family. It was really cool to get to spend some time with my family in Japan. They were there for my brother and sister's 30th and for my 33rd.
Yeah.
And so we went to Hiroshima with them. Hiroshima is a lot. It's an incredible city. I loved it the first time I was there.
It was a beautiful city, honestly.
But, you know, the reason you go there is to go to Peace Park and to experience the museum around the bombing. And it's heavy.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend going, but don't make any plans for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need time to process. We were there for so long that it closed.
Yeah. They literally kicked us out.
Yeah. Like we were like, oh shit.
Like you have to leave.
Yeah. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
Very heavy. They don't hold back. It's pretty graphic, right? Yeah. It is very explicit in what it's trying to say. Mm-hmm. It also doesn't shy away from the mistakes that Japan made. Yeah. They outright say, like, they went down a war path that they're not proud of. Mm-hmm. And that led to this kind of destruction.
Well, and I do think that there's something that is so... there's something really... You know, Japan is this culture that is very honor-based, right?
Yeah.
And I think that there's something that's so fascinating about a location where you watch the cultural, like, mind of Japan acknowledge and take responsibility for so much of what led to that day, even though, like, historically... Whether or not America needed to drop the nukes is something that we don't want to get into today. But there's a lot of thinking on that. There's a lot of academics on that are really interesting. Sure. And I think that as we are heading into the future, we do need to engage
in that
critically on that conversation. But the power of Japan saying... We were in the wrong. We are taking responsibility, but we need to show you this because this can't happen again.
Yeah.
And it not being this this very like, look what was done to us, but look what we participated in. Yeah. Is such a powerful acknowledgement about the danger of war. It isn't always what one side does to another. Sometimes it is, and there are, but it is a museum that acknowledges that war is a path that we walk together, and it is the moral responsibility of all people to constantly be mindful not to walk that path. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's, you know, there's so many ways in which it could have just been a look at how sad what happened to us was, and it would still be an incredible memorial for that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that that's more the tone that like the 9/11 museum takes.
Yeah.
In New York. And I'm not saying that the 9/11 museum needs to change. I'm just saying that there's something really, really powerful about the acknowledgements, and the how many people are responsible for the path that leads to a point,
and the commitment to making sure it never happens again.
Yeah,
like, that is kind of the main point of it.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that they make that pretty clear. They have, like, constant and targeted efforts to advocate against nuclear war. Like, it is, it's...
Well, I'd been there before, but you hadn't.
No.
And one thing I had said to you before is I'm like, even before we went there, from my first experience was, I genuinely think that if you want to be a politician on any scale, you should have to come here. Like, you should have to experience this. It should be mandatory by every country in the world that before you become prime minister or president, you have to pilgrimage to Hiroshima or Nagasaki and experience that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think that it changes you. And I think that it is impossible to experience it without it changing you.
Yeah.
It changed me the first time that I went. I was about to say it warps your perspective, but I actually think it unwarps your perspective. I think that it tears down walls around how you are able to see the world that you might have built up, because it is so raw and truthful about pain and there's no memorial quite like it that I've ever been to in my life. Because, you know, there's so many memorials to the soldiers that fell in battle, and there's so many, but this is just a memorial to how destructive humanity can be on a scale that is so unimaginable that they have to break it down into individual stories.
Yeah.
And then explain to you that those individual stories are one of hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
And it is truly amazing. Multiple people in chat have said, have you seen Grave of the Fireflies? I've never seen it.
No.
I think that I could wait a little bit. We just went to Hiroshima, but I would love to see it. Apparently it's very good.
Yeah.
Don't make Trump go. I can't imagine how classless and out of touch he'd sound addressing any topic related to that. Man, I still wish he would go through it, though.
Yeah.
I do. And not specifically him. Everyone. Every leader should have to go.
Yeah.
And it is so crazy to me that it's been 80 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about it is beautiful. Like the gardens and the life that is there. If you go to Hiroshima, there is now like this brand new like swimming facility right across the river. There's a baseball stadium right there. There's so much in Hiroshima around it now that the beautiful thing about Hiroshima is that yes, there's devastation, and yes, there's so much sadness, and yes, there's so much pain, but the city that has blossomed there is this incredible city. And we have built a place of love and life and humanity on top of that tragedy that is raucous and lively and so worth visiting.
Yeah.
Miyagami, the island nearby, is so much fun. Definitely take the gondola to the top of the mountain. There's so much value and beauty and art and culture and history in Hiroshima that they have built since then. Yeah. It isn't just a memorial. It is a thriving city that has an incredible baseball team that I'm now a fan of because I bought a hat at the Pokemon Center there. It's brand new. I don't have any of the Pokemon stuff. The Pokemon Center there, they have Hiroshima Carp, because that's the local baseball team hats, but it's Pikachu riding a red Gyarados. I love my new hat. It's very cool. And there's a little Magikarp on it. So there's a lot of like Hiroshima Carp, Magikarp stuff at the new Pokemon Center.
Yeah, it was great.
We had to like get a ticket to line up to wait an hour to get into the store. It was so crazy busy.
It's brand new, yeah. It was very cool though.
But
yeah,
I loved it. Yeah.
No, it was, yeah.
Hiroshima was great.
Yeah, it was. It was beautiful. There was so much about the city to love as well. Like you said, we took the ferry to the island. Mm-hmm. That was such a good time. We spent some time afterwards in Chiba. Yes.
No, Chiba was Star Celebration.
Sorry. What was the neighborhood we stayed at?
We stayed in Shinagawa for our final days.
No, with your family.
Hiroshima.
No, in Tokyo.
We didn't go to Tokyo with my family.
I mean, it was Tokyo, because it was where Mira and Roshin lived.
Oh, Saitama in Kasukabe.
Yeah.
That was before Hiroshima.
Right, yeah. We spent a few days in Saitama.
That was fun. I got to see the school that my sister worked at when she was working in Japan.
Yeah, so that was very fun.
Yeah.
After Hiroshima, we went back to Tokyo.
Our last few days in Tokyo, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to try the souffle pancakes.
Oh my god. Best thing ever fucking eaten in my whole life.
Oh my god. Y'all don't even know. Ginza Rondo. Oh.
I want to try souffle pancakes in Toronto and to just see if they hold up at all. But holy shit. Those things were so good that we went back.
Like, look at that. Look at that pistachio.
We went
Look at
back
that.
literally
oh
the day of our flight.
Yeah.
We, like, left our bags at the hotel. We're like, hi, can you hold on to these for a little bit? We went back.
Look at that pancake. That's my mixed berry pancake.
Like, first thing in the morning, to get in line, we waited, like, 2 hours to eat these pancakes again, and it was so worth it because we loved it so much the first time.
We were like, well, go try. Our flight was at 6, so we're like, well, we're going to get up.
PM.
Yeah, 6 p.m. And we're like, the only thing we're going to do on our final day in Japan is just go back to that place and try different flavors.
Yeah.
And we got the salted... we
had the pistachio one and the salted caramel.
Across our 2 trips, we had the chocolate chip, incredible. We had the... mixed berry, incredible. And then we went back, we got the plain with the bacon and the egg. The best bacon I've ever had in my life. It was so thick, so good.
Yeah.
Fucking pistachio with pistachio ice cream and the salted caramel. The fucking
Unreal.
Pancakes, man. And our friend here, I'm not going to name her because I don't want to shame her, was like, they're not that good. I think they're eggy and
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, maybe we won't like them. And then we had them.
We had them in Japan and we were like, oh.
I'm so glad we had them our final week.
Yeah.
Because if we'd had them earlier, I wouldn't have wanted to eat anything else.
I know. It would have been a problem. Yeah. We also went to
so
really cute Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, we went to the Delicious in Dungeon
pop-up cafe thing. It was
very expensive.
Decor was like a white cafeteria.
Yeah, it was very weird.
It was very, very strange, but the food was incredible. So that was very fun. We did a bunch of shopping the last couple of days that we were there.
You can get kangaroo steak at the Delicious in Dungeon cafe.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was weird. So the Delicious in Dungeon experience is in the Sunshine City Prince Hotel in Ikebukuro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's expensive because it's not like some of the other cafes where they're like pop-ups in like random buildings. It is the chefs of the fancy hotel who do the menu. Yeah. And so it is actually incredible food.
Yeah.
We didn't try the kangaroo, Logan. They just had it.
We tried a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. We have a video that we're going to edit together and post of all the Delicious in Dungeon stuff.
Yeah, we're going to put that out on the Instagram soon.
That was our little birthday lunch for me.
Yeah.
I turned 33 while we were there, so I'm now the age that Jesus was when he died. Yeah. I'm also the age that everyone dies in Clair Obscura Expedition, or Clair Obscura Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah.
So, I might die playing that game, and that is wild.
Yeah. But yeah, Nerdy, we celebrated his birthday while we were there. It was really nice.
So, I'm old now.
Because you weren't a month ago.
Claris bought me the Switch 2, so that's coming. Thank you. Little birthday present that I'll get in a month here. June 9th, right?
Yes.
We will never financially recover from purchasing the Switch 2, but if we do enough audiobook reactions, maybe.
You just have to play it on stream, and then it's a tax write-off. So
fair.
Yeah.
And I also bought these are everywhere. They're like mini Legos. I have Charizard.
They're not Legos.
I might do like an Instagram live or like a TikTok live and build this on that.
Yeah.
I want to go live on like the other places more, so I might start doing some like. I have a bunch of Lego sets and stuff that I haven't built. I don't know if those are going to go on YouTube. Those might go on, like, TikTok.
Yeah. We do have to get a Pro Controller. Forgot about that. Oopsie doopsie. But that's fine. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the trip.
Yeah. That was it.
We saw as much as we could.
There was a lot we didn't talk about that we did, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, we were gonna go to that, like, strip club, and it was, like, dead, and it was super awkward and weird. That was very funny.
We did try and go to... We obviously picked the wrong strip club.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, let's do something, like, crazy or whatever. And they had a sign outside that was, like, what, $30?
Yeah, it was like $30.
It was all in Japanese.
But then once you go inside, like it's like a $65 sitting fee, and then $30. Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird, and it was weirdly empty, and there was no show happening. Like, they were like, it's $30 for the show, and we were like, what time is the show? And they didn't understand what we were trying to ask them, so we went in, and then we sat down, and we read this, and we were like, no, and we left. We were like, never mind. I think it was a girl strip club.
Girl strip club?
Yeah, like, I don't think it was, like, men.
I don't know if there are male strip clubs in Japan.
I mean, probably.
There probably are.
Yeah. Anyways, it was unfortunate. We were like, let's have an experience, and then we were like, oh, this is not.
Holy shit.
Yeah. No, this is not.
The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller costs $110.
Great. Love that. Alec, thank you. Welcome back to the Nerd Table. Overall, best food you had and where?
The chicken ramen in Kyoto.
Chicken ramen in Kyoto. The pancakes.
Ginza Rondo pancakes.
Yeah. And then we had this steak our last night there, which was like your birthday dinner. We had this steak that was very, very, very expensive, but it was so fucking good. Like, it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was for my birthday dinner. We were like, we'll have one like really expensive meal.
Yeah.
And so we went to a place where it was, I think our steaks were $150 a piece.
Yeah.
Which just gave me hives.
I was like, it's your birthday, it's fine, don't worry about it, I got it, whatever.
Yeah. And I don't really like spending money. I'm not cheap, but I'm not like.
So a lot of beef in Japan is Wagyu, but yes, it was A5.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so mine was smoked.
Yeah.
And so it had this like, smoky
flavor.
quality to it. Here's the thing. The service wasn't great.
Yeah,
like,
they don't give a fuck about that.
It was bad service, but... And everything took forever.
Yeah.
And my cocktail was $38. I got an old fashioned that was $38.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And
I had mandarin orange juice.
Which was amazing.
Delicious.
It was amazing. My cocktail, I had to muddle it myself.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. It was an expensive Japanese whiskey every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't look. I don't want to come across like we came on here to like brag that we got to go on this crazy vacation and spend money.
Hey, we've been planning this vacation for 5 years, okay?
We have been. We've been saving up and planning. Like this has been. We didn't get a honeymoon 5 years ago when we got married, and we said like when we are comfortable enough to save up some money for a vacation, we're gonna finally go on our honeymoon. So that's what this trip was, and it was also my birthday. There was a bunch of pieces to it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a long time coming.
But this meal was, I've never had anything like it. It was the best steak I've ever had in my life.
Yep. The soup.
And I've had some expensive ass steak in New York. It was better than any steakhouse I've been to in New York City.
Yeah. Oh no, it was it was the best steak I've ever had in my life. It was unbelievable. The soup was incredible. That like creamy whatever the fuck saffron. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Oh, the pot.
The appetizer.
Yeah. Oh god, that was good.
It was like a creamy potato saffron something or other, and it was unbelievable.
We went out to a different steak place with my family on my actual birthday, like a week before this, and we didn't understand what we were getting into. Mm-hmm. We thought we were going for like a steak meal. It was actually this like long coursed out meal.
Oh yeah, that was very funny.
Where we got like one very small piece of food every like 45. It was like a 4-hour meal. We got there at like 7:30. We left at like 11:30.
Well, so
and we ate like 6 courses in 4 hours, but each course was like this big. It was so. It got hilarious because we're laughing at how we were like, are we ever gonna get food?
Yeah, but I think that they were doing it intentionally because they knew it was your birthday.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It ended up being this like. My sister speaks Japanese, so she was the only one communicating with the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then it just took we were there for so long.
Yeah.
And I think they slowed it down because they realized we were drinking so much. And they were like, oh, we'll just keep sending more liquor.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to my parents for that meal. It was very good. It was very tasty. But oh my God, it was so funny. We were like, we've been here for 3 hours and we're not even out of appetizers yet. Like, what is happening?
No, it was very funny. It was also delicious.
Yeah.
That fried rice was the best.
That fried rice was incredible.
It was like this special, specific garlic fried rice that this place was famous for. Holy shit. Unreal.
The fried rice we had in Osaka.
Yeah, that
We went to this ramen place and the ramen was fine. It was good, but it wasn't amazing.
Good. Yeah.
The fried rice.
Unreal.
It was this place by Osaka Castle. It was called like noodles and stuff or something.
Rice and noodles or something.
Yeah, rice and noodles.
Yeah.
The fried rice was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, I would fly back to Japan to eat that fried rice at that fucking
teeny little place.
Teeny place. No seat on the main floor. You had to like climb up these weird stairs to get to their seating upstairs. Yeah. And then they lifted your ramen up a dumbwaiter to get it to you. It was such a cool little restaurant.
Yeah. Anyways, Japan was unreal. I'm so happy we went.
Our marriage survived.
We kept seeing all these TikToks like, if you can survive navigating the Japan train system, and we were like, it was fine. We got lost once. It was so much fun. It was such an incredible trip. It's been really inspiring. We had announcements for new stuff coming that, we've been super hyped about, super excited. This has been reinvigoration of what we want to do, where we want to focus, and all of those things. And so... we missed you guys. It weirdly felt like a very long month, but also a very, very short month.
We also said we weren't going to work much, and then we did do 15 reactions while we were in Japan.
Yeah.
Granted, 6 of those are Andor, but...
Yeah. How much did it all cost? No idea.
That's a great question that we will never answer.
I'm never going to know the answer.
Oh, no, I mean answer for ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Never going to look. Yeah, never going to look. But it was all worth it.
I think it's easier if we don't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an incredibly special trip.
How much did you get lost on the Tokyo train system? The only time was on the way to Disney.
Yeah.
And even that, we didn't get lost. We thought the train was going to keep going in one direction, and it didn't.
Yeah.
But that was the only time.
Yeah. That was literally it.
To be fair, I also lived in Tokyo for most of the 4 months that I worked there, so it wasn't my first time.
Yeah, it is also color-coded, so I don't know. It doesn't really seem that difficult, but whatever.
Yeah. But I also did all of the navigation for us.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and I lived there, so I'd worked there. So, we had a head start on me. I've been there with a translator who explained everything the first time.
True.
I think that it is a little bit more overwhelming if like, you've never been there, no one's ever been there before.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. We're gonna wrap up here. If there's any final questions you got, throw them down. Remember to go subscribe to the Nerdy Bitty Book Club channel. We will be live there on Monday with Fourth Wing, and then we'll be live there next Friday with back to Book Club, back to Sanderson, back to Cosmere shit.
Yeah.
So make sure that you are subscribed. If you are interested in our new podcast, Okay But Why Though, those announcements will be coming out on socials and on Discord throughout the month. We're going to have like a logo. It's going to be a whole look for it. So please keep an eye out for that.
Joseph says, still no GTA reaction. Let's film it.
No, today we got to put out Peacemaker. I texted it to you last night.
GTA reaction will go up tomorrow. We're going to film it after this stream, and then it'll go up tomorrow. We'll put up Peacemaker today and GTA tomorrow.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay,
so let's go over the announcements of the day. Announcement number 1. Okay, but why though? A new podcast is coming soon in June. From us, it's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. It will be a chance for you to get your questions answered. It won't be live, so we'll have a slightly different vibe.
Yeah.
But we're very excited to launch it. We want a place to kind of be able to create shorts that are topical.
Mm-hmm.
The internet. Announcement number 2. I will be doing 3 videos of One Piece a week. There will no longer be a Thursday video. We are now going to get Monday, Wednesday, Friday, One Piece. Boom. Done. Announcement number 3. That starts after Sabaudi. Announcement number 3. We are going to the Faded Fantasy Ball in Vancouver in the first week of June. If you want to come dance with us,
June 7th.
Come. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Announcement number 4. Oh, after Andor's done next week, we will start watching Severance.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any other big announcements? Is there anything else that matters?
We're going to come back to video game streams. So,
Sick.
Any ETA on Kushio? Probably June. May is just a little bit too packed.
Yeah.
So June, maybe July, but hopefully June.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to see how many splits we want to do for it. Because those are chunky books. They're pretty dense, pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely by the end of July at the very, very latest.
We want to get the new channel going, and then we'll add that in.
Yeah.
We are still in the middle of getting audited, unbelievably. That is still going on. And so, unfortunately, there is some, like, real-life stuff that is
eating up our time.
Yeah. So what is happening right now is basically we are trying to get some, like, tax stuff handled and off of the plate so that we can get back to being a little bit more focused on our content stuff and not having these kind of swords of Damocles hanging over our heads.
Yes.
Can I sing MacArthur Park? I will look into it, Logan. I don't know that song off the top of my head.
Bebop reactions are coming back soon, I promise.
Yeah. And Logan says, okay, but why a new podcast? I think it's my favorite kind of content, and so it's the kind of content I want to be making. I like podcasting. I like talking, and I want a podcast that is us and our lives and our opinions that isn't so directly, like, criticism of movies, TV shows, and
yeah. We like
books.
to talk, and we have opinions
Yeah.
that just kind of have gotten seeded into our other content stuff, and this is just going to be a place for those to live solely.
Thank you for joining us for this. Genuinely appreciate you all so much.
It's very fun.
We will be live Monday at 11 a.m. over on the Nerdy Wordy Book Club channel, reading, or having had read, all of Fourth Wing. It's an all of a book club. So come join us for a new episode of the Nerdy Wordy Book Club on Monday, covering this book, and Violet, that's the lead girl's name, right? And there's a Exadin, and
Zayden,
Dane.
I think it's pronounced Zayden is going to be my...
Rhiannon is in this book. So Rhiannon, what's up? Didn't know you made the book. And my sister Mira, also in the book, which really throws me off.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. And yeah, we're going to dive into that on Monday, 11 a.m. over on the other channel, the Nerdy Wordy Book Club channel. Go follow it. The link is on the front page of the Nerdy Nightly channel. Anything else we got to say?
No. Thank you guys for being here and for hanging out.
Do something nerdy tonight. Thank you, mods.
Bye.